everybody, and welcome to AFK here on the Load and Ready Run Network, where it is mini night for June of 2025. I'm Ben, and joining me on camera right away, we've got Funko.
G'day.
And over in the peanut gallery, it's it's Jacob.
It's Jacob! Asking if you got games on your phone.
Yeah. I know we had like a wide shot before. I kind of just like this.
Yeah. Straight to the business.
So Funko and I are going to be playing some Shatterpoint on stream here, which we've done before on the channel.
Yeah.
We did kind of like a half game.
Yeah.
And it was fun, but I really wanted to see what it was. Both of us really wanted to see what like a full game has felt like, and neither of us has played since that stream.
Yeah, no, exactly. And so we've both been feverishly reading through the rule book going, how does this work? But we think we're there.
I think so.
And we're very excited.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fun either way. And in the friend zone, which we will go check on them at some point throughout, Erica and Cameron are playing some Kill Team. Yeah, lots of stuff going on in the Moonbase. Mini night is a poppin'. Jacob, what are you working on today?
I am working on putting together Sylvaneth for the Age of Sigmar, which...
The Spearhead box specifically.
The Spearhead
right?
box specifically, yeah.
I want to say this up-close camera shot of the mini looks awesome.
Yeah. That's a baby ass
This
like
one.
20-year-old, not 20-year-old, but like 10-year-old webcam.
It looks crisp.
Yeah.
It does the
really
job.
nice, yeah.
So I'm putting these together. They are mostly done. I've got 4 more left. These are some of the most difficult, fiddliest minis that I have assembled.
I was going to say, there's a lot of branches and
They
shit.
kind of remind me
Yeah.
of Necrons, but like with lots of extra spindly bits for no reason.
Yes.
For a reason, they're tree people. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Yeah.
Treeple.
But yeah, Necrons,
Treeman.
but if Necrons had branches coming off
Yes.
them. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So, you're halfway familiar with it all.
Yep.
It's going to look so good when they're done, though. Like all those
Yeah.
little like branches and leaves and stuff.
I am very, very excited. I'm very excited to paint them and be among people and in the community when I put them together, so
Yeah.
that I can just sit here and just.
Well, I will say, I think the game plan is hopefully for next month to play some Spearhead and stuff. So, you and me could fight.
Yes,
maybe,
please.
Or something like that. My Spearhead came in. It didn't come with
Yeah.
kind of bases for them, annoyingly. I need to go buy
no.
some bases.
Oh.
Yeah, so, okay. So
Look.
I talked about this last time, but I saw the opportunity to play, finally, a big boy team.
Yes.
A 3-model large unit, the Sons of Behemoth.
Yeah, they don't get much bigger than those boys.
Yeah, and those are the small boys of the big
That's
boys,
true, yes.
too. But I looked at the box and I'm like, no way in hell am I spending $200 on 3 models.
Yeah.
Not happening.
It's a lot of plastic, but it's also a lot of money.
It is, yeah. So found a really, really good shop on Etsy and got the same sort of 3 models that look great.
Inspired by
yeah,
the Sons of
exactly.
Behemoth?
For $50.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which was great, and they finally arrived. They came all the way from Brazil.
Yeah. Upside $50, downside bases sold separately.
That was the thing. It did not. They did not come with bases, so I'm gonna have to go buy some of the. And they're not even the regular. They're the ovals.
Yeah, they're the big weird.
Oh.
Because Ben goes like, "Hey,
Like
does anyone have
these.
like what did you say? Like 80mm by 100 cells?"
Ovals?
I saw. Have you got any bases? I need this. And I was like, "What is that?"
Yeah.
Like,
What the fuck am I talking about?
This
sounds like a dinner
No.
plate.
Oh, bigger?
No, skinnier.
Oh,
Yeah,
skinnier?
They're like long. It's
Yeah,
Oh.
they're like cavalry ones.
Oh,
Yeah, 'cause
like
they're
Silver
in, like-
Surfer
they're, like,
kind of looking.
mid-stride.
Oh,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, they're
neat.
like mid-stride.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I think they're about this, maybe just slightly taller
Yep.
than your tree guy.
Yeah.
They're
little-
about
tree
that
lord?
size.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, very excited to give them a go, and I've only got 3 to work on. So, but that is not what we're doing today. We are not warhammering. We're fantasy flighting. Is that who makes this?
No.
AEG, Atomic Mass Games. Okay,
Mass Games,
there we go. Atomic Mass Games. We're playing Shatterpoint. We're in the Star Wars universe, and we're going to be just playing a box standard game. The rules for this, I think, are probably best sort of told as we're sort of going along. We have done it before, and so the people who are knowers will know, and otherwise, if you've played a miniature game, you're going to understand, I think, most of the things that are going on. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, let's kind of go to the top down and show off what we got going on. I mean, you can see it from the side. The amount of terrain and stuff, everything is scaled up. This is a much bigger, skirmishy style kind of game than we are used to with like Kill Team and stuff. Everything's like, I'd say this is like Kill Team 1.5 in terms of like scaling.
Yeah, I don't actually know what the number is. It's like, probably like, I guess half again, I would say. So it's similar, it's not wholly different to working with Warhammer scale stuff, but it's just a little bit taller, so it's a little bit nicer.
Yeah, a lot more verticality.
You can see things a little easier. You don't have to squint as much.
Yeah, we also have fancy movement tools. I think we've played Marvel Crisis Protocol as well in the stream, so very similar. I mean, you've got these sort of big rulery kind of things, but then you also have the oscillating movement tools.
The movement ones sort of bend, so you put one end on your dude and then bend it where you want to go and then move the guy to the other end, and that's your movement, which is fun.
Yeah. So this is a game that is played over the course of essentially a best out of 3 round, essentially.
Which they call struggle.
Yes, which they call struggle. So down in the middle of the screen there, you'll see that there is the struggle counter, and it's going to start right on in the center. And as we do things, it's going to shift the struggle counter left and right. And I believe we actually get to, I should have grabbed the...
Oh, no, it's here.
Oh, you got it. Perfect. The points are going to move in either one direction. So I'm on team red, Funko's on team blue. And so like when we get objective at points, which you can see right now on the board, we've got 6 in total. 7 in total, because I can count. But one of them, that center one, is actually not active for this, and that will kind of explain that as it's going along.
Yeah, the rest are kind of a ring.
But the rest, these orange ones, these are the things that we're going to be fighting over, and that's how we're going to be getting points. But you also have what's called momentum counters, and those are going to be awarded to players A, the first kind of way. A, we get to start off, I believe, with 1 in each side. So we actually start with 1 in each kind of area.
Yeah.
But another way that you can do it is if I wound one of Funko's guys, for example, I would get a momentum counter on my side, which makes it easier for me to kind of do it. But alternatively, if, for example, the struggle counter was on my side, on the red side, and then Funko he scored some points, and it didn't actually move all the way over to the other side, Funko would get a momentum as like a little bit of a catch-up mechanic, which I think is really cool. And the struggle ends when the momentum and your struggle counter cap touch, essentially. And that is a 1 round. And like I said, it's best out of 3, so we'll flip over a new card, and that'll show a new set of objectives, and we're fighting over that one. So this is really interesting in the way that like we're going to be fighting and whatnot, and if it kind of seems like you're fucked, then you can go, okay, this round's a wash. I'm going to try and maybe spread out and find some areas so that I can sort of game towards trying to win the next round a little bit easier.
Yeah, the rounds kind of happen from the scoring perspective, because you can think of it like a tug of war. Like it starts in the middle, then we're trying to pull it either side to our edge, and the edges are getting shorter as we wound guys and different things happen in the game. But when the round ends, we will reset that scoreboard. The characters don't reset. They stay where they are, and we continue playing. So it is a best of 3, but it also plays as one big long match.
Yeah, exactly. This game is really, we can talk about really quickly the system that I like the most in this game, which is how you take your turns and stuff. So I believe, was I the one?
We said I was going to be.
You were going to, So on Funko's turn, we have these decks, and they're actually going to have our various characters that we're playing in the decks. He's going to flip over a card, and that's the character he gets to activate.
Yeah.
So there's not like a whole, you don't have to like really think about like, oh, do I want to move this guy? Do I want to move this guy? The decision is made for you.
Yeah.
And then
I do have the option of putting the card that comes over into reserve and choosing the next one, but then I have to go with that card. So
there are some ways to finagle it.
Exactly, and different teams can play with that in different ways, and it just adds an element of RNG, which is fun.
Yeah, and then after he's done activating that one guy, then it's my turn and I activate one guy, and you actually do score and move the struggle after each character is done, essentially. So it can actually be pretty fast-paced. We're also both starting with 4 force points, which is dictated, or 6, sorry, which is dictated by the characters we're playing, and I think we can just introduce them and play.
Yeah.
So we can start with mine. So my team, I've got 2 teams, and shocking nobody, I'm playing big evil guys.
Yeah.
So on my side, one of my a team basically for you is composed of 2 strike teams.
Yeah, there you go.
So on my side, one of my strike teams is Darth Maul, or Lord Maul, I should say. So he's my primary leader in charge. This is who I played in the last one. And this is kind of my melee Dathomir team. So last time I played, it was Maul with a bunch of Mandalorians, which are still here. But Funko has provided me with the team that I've been wanting to play so badly because they are like my favorite faction in the Star Wars franchise, which are the Night Witches, the Dathomir inhabitants. I love them so much. So that's who I've got going on. So I've actually changed it up a little where I've got melee squad going here. I have Lord Maul, and he's. I mean, we can look at his card and stuff, but he just does like a fuck ton of damage.
He's what you'd expect. He's a melee beast.
He's a melee beast. He does have some range. I would say his kind of key thing is I can actually, instead of using my force points, have him take damage to do force abilities, which is kind of cool, as long as he hasn't been wounded. He's got 11 health in total and got 2 life. And yeah, as you can see, in the Dark Rage mode, he kind of goes ham sandwich.
Yeah.
New characters though with him, we've got his brother, Savage Opress. Savage actually literally has no range profile. At all, which is kind of crazy to me. But he is an absolute melee beast. He actually permanently has what's called protection, 2 keywords, protection and steadfast, meaning that anytime he takes damage, he automatically removes 1 of the damage, and the first time he would be pushed, he ignores it. So you cannot bully Savage at all.
He's a beefy boy.
Yeah, and he gets to do like a lot of running and whatnot. And then with him as well, I don't know, Paul, do you have these cards or?
Sorry, let me get Savage.
There's
There you go. Yeah.
This is another thing I love about this game is all the cards there, and there are a lot of cards. Let me tell you, which is maybe not the best thing, but the art on the cards is sick.
It's great. Yeah,
they all have.
I mean,
good...
they go big. Like, look how big these cards are.
But it's also really handy when you're painting the models. For example, you can just look at the cards and go, "Oh, cool.
Oh, cool.
See,
Great
and
reference.
They're really well done. They've done a great job.
And then with them supporting, as the supporting units for that, we have the Night Sister Acolytes. And so they're really cool. They can move around in the shadows and stuff. Specifically, whenever they are, whenever they have a move where they could jump around, and when they do jump, they just instantly get to hunker down and get some bigger defense. And whenever they are hunkered, they actually get to add an extra die on top of that. So it's like hunkering down gives them an extra defensive roll, but whenever they are hunkered, they also get an extra dice on top of that. So they're supposed to be kind of squicky and hard to shoot. But their whole dealio is that if a Dathomir type unit, so that's going to be basically everything except for my Mandalorians, is like if they're around and engage and like someone's doing like a fight, they add like extra damage or get to like shock things and stuff. They're really cool. So they're basically probably going to follow around either Darth Maul or Savage and make them able to like one-shot something. I think
now,
kind of the goal.
notably in this game, some support units like this will be 2 actual units on the board. Whilst they look different, like one has swords and one has a bow, they effectively have both of those options because they have melee and range. And then when Ben goes to activate them, he'll move both of those units at the same time.
Yeah, they don't have to have anything like unit coherency like a lot of Warhammer games do. They can actually fully go off on their own if you want. You typically want to keep them together, but sometimes you don't. And if one of them gets shot and like die, like they share a health pool. So if one dies like over here, the one that went over there dies too. Like they're together. So.
Neat.
Yeah, basically it's the rules you want. The flavor kind of goes out the fucking window, but I'm okay with that because it makes sense and it's less.
There's a lot of very gamey things in there, but there's a lot of very cool things going on. So,
and then my other squad is my sort of ranged team, being led by one of my favorite Star Wars characters. It's Mother Talzin. She uses legally distinct force or magic, as they do on Dathomir, and she's really cool because she has a lot of abilities that, regardless of how far she is, like anywhere on the board. Like for example, on her card, just at the start of her turn, any Dathomirian unit anywhere on the board just gets to do a free dash. I can just choose somebody to go do a thing. And also, anytime a Dathomir character makes an attack, if the thing that they attack took damage, you get to heal off of the damage. So just by having her, she's like giving all my Dathomir units a bunch of stuff. But also, she has things like if she's around in a Dathomir, she's basically Dathomir kindred and like gets to, if a unit does a thing and she's around, she'll get to do more stuff. If she's not around, she has some stuff that can kind of help out in that area, which I think is great. And then my last little batch of dudes are my Mandos who work for Maul. So we have Gar Saxon, Merciless Commander. He's this guy here. And we have the Mandalorian Super Commandos. They all kind of do sort of the same thing. They can jump around a lot, and they have tactics that allow if one goes, the other can also, like it can force someone else to go move and stuff like that. Gar is really cool because he ignores cover, which is kind of going to be an interesting thing here. And interestingly enough, the Mandos are decent-ish at shooting. I mean, Gar Saxon's got a 5-inch shot, which is like the biggest shot in the game. But they actually fuck in melee, which is really, really interesting. And the Super Commandos have a special ability that if I'm engaged with you and you move away from them, you just take damage.
Oh, cool.
So they're gonna. I'm basically, I think, gonna. They're ranged, but I might just tie somebody up and
Yeah, I
see what we
remember
can do.
when I assembled Gar, there was an alternate build where you can have him with one of those Mando shields and like a blaster, I think.
Sure, yeah.
So he's like kind of a more
Yeah,
melee kind
yeah,
of build.
yeah.
But yeah.
So yeah, that's my squad. So I'm hoping that I can kind of bog you down, and Mother Talzin will just be make things really annoying. And I think I'm just gonna bull Savage down the line.
I hope the melee team just pops off because the idea of Maul and Savage like two brothers like high-fiving and then running in is like super cool. So.
Yeah. What do you got going on? I mean, you've got a fully thematic team over there.
Yeah, so I think we've got a shot. Yeah, we do. So I'm playing the Rebel Spectres team from the Star Wars Rebel show. This is sold as 2 boxes, pretty much as they're deployed. So you've got Hera, Sabine, and Chopper, and then you've got Kanan, Ezra, and Zeb here. They are super cool. Like they're an interesting team. They all, it's 6 models, 3 and 3, so I'm already outnumbered compared to Ben's guys, but in theory mine are going to be a little more resilient. They're definitely a little more specialized. So Hera is the leader. She's very much a supportive kind of leader. She can heal her team. She can give people who have the rebel keyword who are near her cover. She can heal people around an objective and like lots of different stuff like that. She also gets to... because she's a primary, when you flip her, there's always a thing you get to do. Her one is that she gets to make people move, and then if they're a Spectre, they get to move a little bit further. So that's kind of a key for this team, is usually like, they work with Rebels, because there's a lot of other boxes that'll be like Han and Chewie with some Rebel commandos that have the Rebel keyword. And they will work with some of the Hera abilities. It'll just be a better payoff if they're a Spectre team. So I like running them as the 2 boxes together. So one half is Hera, as I said. Sabine is her secondary unit. Sabine is pretty cool. She has pistols. A lot of my team are quite short range, but Sabine's thing is she can explode an objective and everyone on it takes damage because she's an explosive artist, so that's part of her deal. She actually also does have some synergies with Mandos, so you could take Sabine and put her in a team with like Bo-Katan or like, the good Clan Kryze Mandos and like...
She's probably not hanging out with Gar.
Yeah, well, so you totally can. That's the thing. There's nothing to stop you putting...
Evils with goods.
Goodies with baddies.
As long as they're with it's the era distinction.
Yes, they have to be the same era, and then whether there's any synergy there as well, So Sabine has some stuff where she like finishes a move and ends up near an allied Mandalorian unit. She gets, I think, a cover or a hunker token, something like that. She makes a focus action if she ends up with next to a Mandalorian or a Spectre, which is cool. And then my support unit for this side of the team is Chopper. Chopper's a weird one. I love Chopper as a character. He's probably one of my favorite Star Wars characters. As a unit, he's weird.
Okay.
I
would expect that.
He has a passive, which is while his unit card is in the order deck, so before he's been played, he can't be shot by ranged attacks.
Oh.
So he can like get on a point, and then if he hasn't been activated this like shuffle, he's not able to be shot, so he's super tricksy.
That's wild.
So he has an ability. So his thing is he has a couple of abilities. I can pay 1. I can choose an enemy unit within 2 and roll 3 defense dice. If there are any defense results, they gain bleed, or I forget what these are all called. That's the thing about Shatterpoint. If you've not played,
It's another one.
Before,
it's another one of them.
there are so many
what's it
condition
look like?
tokens. It's a bleed icon.
A strained?
Yeah, strain.
Yeah,
Is
that
it's
seems
next
like
time
blood. Yeah.
Next time I do something, it costs a damage, I think.
Feels like War Machine a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's got their own kind of.
Yeah,
version
so
of
Chop has
this.
a thing where you can pay 1 and then you roll some dice. For any defense dice, they gain a strain.
Oh,
if
yes.
there are any block dice, they gain a disarm. And if there are any fails, they gain a pin, I think.
So strain, for example, is whenever they would do like a movement
Yes.
or when it does an action using an active or reactive ability, it suffers 3 damage.
Yes. So if you
3
can't clear that debuff first, you sometimes end up in a situation where you have to do it and you have to eat the damage.
Okay.
So he's cool. He can also pay a force to just jump, which is fun. He has an ability called Chopper. Sometimes you do it right, which is when a character in the unit wounds an enemy with an attack, after the effect is resolved, this unit may use this ability. I choose a Rebel Alliance character within 2. That character can move, and if it's a Spectre, they can do a full reposition instead.
Interesting.
So he has a lot of support stuff. And then he also has protection and immunity from pin and immunity from disarm. So he's a fun little guy.
Yeah.
The other side of my team is the other side of the Spectre's crew. It's Kanan right here, who's the primary, Ezra, who's the secondary, and Zeb, who's the support, which is a bit weird because Zeb's the tallest guy there. But
Yeah, I mean, I guess they had to do the pro tag as like at least like a.
yeah, he is super tanky, which is his whole deal. But
Well, it's it'd be weird to put Ezra as the supporting character, I guess, because he's like a protagonist
yeah,
of the TV
and like
show.
Zeb has big uncle energy, so I feel
Yeah.
like the uncle would be the support there.
The uncle
so-
who keeps leaving you behind, but yeah.
I didn't say he's a good uncle. I just said he had uncle energy. I feel like also that you're a bad uncle is kind of
also,
implied.
we got to be careful. I've only watched the first season now of Rebels. I fully.
I left it open. Yeah, no Rebel spoils.
Yeah, I fully completed Clone Wars.
If you've not watched Star Wars Rebels, I highly recommend it. I think it's a great show, and it's very tight. There's like 3 or 4 seasons, I think. Anyway, so this side we have Kanan first up, who's the primary. Kanan is probably the best unit in this whole 2 boxes because he's ridiculous.
I remember him being quite good.
So his one is at the start of his activation, so just when I flip his card, if he's in one of his stances, because in Shatterpoint, primary units usually have 2 of these like combo cards, which are they're 2 stances. So Kanan's one, his main stance is kind of evenly split. There you go. I think. So that's his melee heavy one. So
I was going
he
to
has-
say 8 dice is.
So this is one where he has no ranged attack, but his melee becomes absolutely trucking. I guess we haven't really talked about this, but this is an example of how combat works. We'll get into it more when we actually play.
yeah.
But you have this damage tree. So each stance has a different damage tree. He has 2 different stances, one that's full melee, one that's mixed.
Yeah.
When I activate him, depending which stance he's in, if he's in the melee one, I can refresh a force and he gets to heal. If he's in the other stance, someone can dash, and if they're a Spectre, they can dash again,
pretty
which is
good.
cool. I can force push, which is a pretty standard ability that most force users have. It's just pay 2 force to yeet someone across the battlefield.
Most of mine are pulse.
So
That's
true.
how I
It's
want
force
you to
push
come
and force
here.
pull are
Yeah.
usually, He can deflect, which is if he gets shot, if the enemy rolls any fails, they take damage because he blocks some shots back to him. And then I'll do this. This is how you know it's happening, because I'll be doing this. And then the last bit is what really makes Kanan an absolute powerhouse. When a Rebel Alliance unit is wounded by an enemy attack, note there's no range there. It's just when a Rebel allied unit is wounded. After that effect is resolved, Kanan can heal twice, then jump. Then, if the wounded unit is a Spectre, which is anyone in this team, Kanan can make a 5 dice attack. Now, the important part there is if you set Kanan up right, where you can start hopping between people, there's no limit on how many times you can do that. So
Yep.
if Ben starts hitting and wounding multiple of my characters, yeah, it's bad, my guys are getting wounded, but Kanan will just start trucking everyone in Ben's team. So
gets
Kanan's is rad.
Master
And
Yi
even if
around.
it feels like even if he's trying to drill him down, he's going to heal before he starts.
Yeah, exactly. He's very beefy.
Yeah.
I'll race through the rest of them because we've already spent a long time. Ezra's thing is he's quite mobile. He jumps around. He breaks ties dies if he's on an objective.
Oh, that's cool.
So if Ben has a guy and I have a guy who's Ezra, Ezra will win that tie. He also gets some, if he wounds a supporting unit with an attack after it's resolved, they gain an additional momentum. So Ezra wants to hunt the enemy support units. I think that's kind of about it. And then Zeb's thing is he's quite tanky. He does have a ranged attack, but he's mostly melee. His main thing is when he gets injured and wounded for the first time, when people get wounded in this game, usually you have to wait until that unit's card is next drawn from the deck. So they're usually just sitting around out of action for a while. Zeb's ability is when he gets wounded for the first time, usually he has 3 wounds, so he can be injured 3 times before he's out. What he can do is when he gets injured the first time, he can cash in the rest of his wounds to reactivate immediately and come straight back. So you get him back immediately, but you're risking now if he dies next, he's out. So that's kind of Zeb's thing. And that's the Rebels team. They're smaller number, but they each have their own kind of thing going on. And
yeah, I mean, model count is not like a huge thing in this one because it's like they share the same health pool. But I mean, maybe in terms of objective grabbing, who knows? So we'll see.
We'll see. So,
I will say, my last time I played, this seems to be one that's a little bit more fighty. It wants you to be a bit more fighty than objective grabby necessarily. And the big thing that I gotta remember is you actually get two or what is it? This is 3. It's 3 inches is like the control range for things, which is
pretty far.
Huge.
And a lot about this game is shoving and moving people around the board to get them out of that objective range.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's jam, man. Good luck. Have fun.
Cool. It's me first up.
Yeah.
So we went through and did all the pre-setup. So we did all the deployment. We picked the mission. We rolled to see what it is, and I'm first. And my first character, if I put it
Hera
on the screen, is Hera.
Here, why don't you swap this? If you put everything up in the top left here.
Cool. There we go. So yeah, Hera. Okay.
Nice.
Now, when I flip over a card, I can choose to go with that, or I can choose to pay a force and put that in reserve and draw again. So if I get, for example, Hera, and then don't want to use her ability straight away, it's not terrible because her thing is when she activates, 2 things will happen. The mission we're playing says that if we activate our primary during this struggle, we get to do a dash with that unit. So Hera would get to move. Then Hera's ability, when she activates, is she gets to have someone on her team move. So it's to be a lot of movement straight off the jump. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to activate Hera. Okay. So because the mission we're on says when you flip over your primary, I think it's press forward. At the start of this unit's activation, each character in this unit, which is a really confusing thing that Shatterpoint does, it keeps referring to
units and characters.
Characters in this unit, which Hera is both a character and a unit.
She's an absolute unit.
She is an absolute unit. She got that mom butt. So I'm going to activate Hera and dash her with the little one. I believe you can just go straight through your dudes in this game. So
I think so, yeah.
I think I'm going to move her that away. I really like these little bendy movements.
They're cool. I like it. There's not a lot of ambiguity. They're just like basically you put you have the base around from there, and then once you lift them, it's like
anywhere you can
anywhere you touch it, that is within its movement.
And they have cool designs on. This is like a Tatooine Sun kind of deal.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's for that move. Because Hera activated at the start of this unit's
Paul, do we have our spacey background music playing?
Oh yeah.
Not at the moment. One sec.
Please don't leave me with the voices in my head, Paul.
At the start of this unit's activation, choose another
That's
allied
Ben
rebel
and Funko
alliance
that you're
unit.
hearing.
One character in the unit may little move. If the unit is a Spectre, it may instead big move. Okay. So who do I want to... I could do it to Hera, or is it another? Choose another, so it's not Hera. Okay.
You know, if this ended up being my internal monologue, I think that's fine. That's better than what I got.
Okay. I think I want to kind of get Zeb up. Yeah. So let's go under Zeb.
All right. Zeb is interesting too, because doesn't he have he's got 3 health pools, doesn't he?
He has 3 wound, he has his health, and then he has the injured stats. Yeah. So I'm going to move him there, which will end up on the ladder. So he's going to pop up.
Sure.
So yeah, if you end your movement within, I think, an inch or one, the edge of the movement tool, within a ladder, you can then just go up within an inch of the top of the ladder, which is cool.
Cool.
So I'll put Zeb in the middle there. So that's just Hera's...
That's just the activating.
Just for being a primary.
Yeah.
So now I get Hera's 2 actions. So her ability she can pay force to is to heal someone, which we don't need yet. Characters within 4 have cover, so I want it to be kind of central to give my team cover where possible. And then if I can get her on an objective, that's great. So one of her moves, I'm probably just going to move her...
Does she give herself cover?
Rebel characters within 4 have cover. So yes.
Okay.
I believe that's correct. Let's move her there. And then I think the second thing I can do is the take cover move, right? Where I can move 1. Have you got your cheat sheety thing there?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is a standard thing. It's like
when you're doing what's called hunkering, you get to move up to 1, and you have to aim towards a piece of cover, and then you get a hunker token, which is an extra defense on top of some cover defense.
Yes, so I think that's like the equivalent of like a kill team dash of like
it's
using
more,
your move and then you get to slightly reposition again.
I think I'd equate it a little bit more to like pile in like 40K or like
sure,
Sigmar. It's like you get to kind of adjust it so it makes sense and that you get to fight, right?
Yeah, no, true. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'll just go a little forward to that. Ooh. That's gonna happen. Almost tragedy. And then give her a hunker token, which looks like that.
Oh, did we turn off the speaker in the room? Oh. Okay, so you're hunkered up.
Yeah, so that's her thing. Because I don't think, like, her range is 4, so she's nowhere near close enough to hit.
Hunker, burning love.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is my go.
All right, so typically, this is where we would take a look at how many objective points you control, and we would get to move the struggle counter in your favor in that way. But you don't do that on the first.
Not on the very first one. Yeah.
But on mine here, we will. So now, that's a turn. It goes to me. Mm-hmm. So up first. Oh, okay. I guess we're both activating.
Ooh, Lord Maul.
It's we got Lord Maul. So he.
You do get the dash.
I do. Yeah. He does not actually have a primary tactic ability.
Look at that.
Yeah. So he gets to do a free dash, which is actually pretty huge. If I could steal the movement tools from you.
And that one.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
That'll come up. I think his ranged ability is, I should imagine it's him throwing the lightsaber. Because I don't recall him ever using Force Lightning.
Yeah, it is literally called throw lightsaber.
Oh, it is? Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
He's literally just yeeting it at someone.
Okay, yeah.
So this is so interesting. He's fast as fuck, and I think I can just run at you.
Oh, no shit, really?
So I have a force speed ability, which is each character in this unit may do a full advance.
Yeah.
And then I could advance again, can't I? Or can you not double
I'm
up
trying to
on the
remember
same
if
sort of
like
thing?
that then counts as you having advanced.
Yeah,
But then like, why would you do that? No, it'd have to be an addition, because otherwise you would just move. Like, why would you ever? I guess because it doesn't count as one of your actions. So, you know what? That's probably right. It's probably paying force to move up, so that then you can fight and then like do something.
Right. So I wouldn't be able to move and.
I don't know. Because otherwise that's like, it's a full move, right?
Yeah.
So that would be a movement of like 20 inches.
When a character advances, it moves using the event tool. The character must end its movement at the same elevation that it began with this move. A character is engaged. Yeah, so doesn't say anything there, but I assume you can still dash after though. But I did a dash at the start of this. Does that count as my dash?
I don't think so, because the dash was from the mission.
So this is one of these games that it says that you can't pre-measure, which is really annoying. But I think if I move dash, I can actually just...
No. You can pre-measure. You just can't you can pre-measure with either a movement tool or a range tool. You can't use both. That's the weird thing they say in this. So you can't get the like weapon and a movement and like figure out like what you would be able to shoot, but you can do one or the other.
Question: is this one of these games that you can shoot somebody who's engaged?
Yes.
Like I can't tie up Maul into like engagement and.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure you can't if they're in engage.
Yeah. That was like if I get Maul in there and I just start and I tangle.
I don't
up
think I
Hera.
can shoot you.
Okay, that was my.
I'm
that was
pretty
my
sure
figure.
that's correct.
So I think this is what I'm gonna do. So right, but just moving and dashing is okay. So here's what I'll do. I will spend a force point.
Yeah.
And my whole game plan, I'm going to be in Dark Rage mode,
Okay.
which is his fighty mode.
So yeah, you choose the stance when you activate.
Yes, yeah, sorry.
Hangry mode.
He's going to, for one force, use force speed, so he just gets to do an a move like that.
Yeah.
Just quickly, I was looking. I'd seen in the fact this is one of those games where like you can only do one of any possible action on your
I think so.
turn.
Yeah. I'm just
And-
trying to remember
and-
if an ability
and-
supersedes
And they
that.
explicitly say, actually, if an ability allows me to do a type of action for free, can I still choose that action later as one of my two? No.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
I
if
can't-
you
So it is a way of.
if you do an action for free, so you can do a move and a dash, or you can do the force move and then dash, but you
Yes.
can't force move and then regular move.
Right. So yeah. So
Does
it's,
this count as my dash for the turn then too?
I don't believe so. No.
Okay. So like, so if I do that, and then as my first actual action,
Yeah.
I come in, and that let's actually just put me like there. I
Yeah,
guess.
so you paid force to do the move up
Move.
initially,
And then
you
dash
You
is my
dash, and
first
then you can
action.
fight with the last
And,
action.
yeah, my last
That
action
to me
is
seems
like-
like that's the way you'd want to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you could have also, for example, got up close enough to shoot, and then like tried to do fight and stuff like that.
I mean, if we wanted, like, if there's really weird, what I could do is I could actually, I
I
could
mean, as you explained that previous thing, I think that's totally fine. So,
everything that's been there. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to do that.
Okay.
I have done the thing where I didn't read Maul's ability and realize, oh, he can really track up the board.
I mean,
between the dash.
getting the free dashes, it
Yeah.
was pretty clutch there. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna go and do our first combat of the game. So Maul has 7 dice for his melee attack,
Yeah.
which is a lot of friggin' dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's using.
This is the Dark Rage.
This is the Dark Rage. Yeah, he's using the double-bladed lightsaber.
Only the darkest of rages.
Only the darkest of rages.
Hera gets 4 defense dice on melee.
I'd love for some like gray Jedi to have like chill rage.
Yeah.
Grey Jedi are not canon, I believe.
Yes, they got rid of all references to that. the
George
gentleman-
Lucas
the gentleman
always
in
hated
KOTOR.
Yeah,
the idea of Grey Jedi. Why?
What? No, I know. What are you trying to hurt me? Do I owe you
No,
money?
George Lucas
the-
is trying to hurt you.
Disney
Yeah, he
now.
did. Yeah,
So I got
they did it.
I got 1 special doohickey,
Okay.
which is a defense and a heal. But I think that would be heal from damage I'd already had. Unless it's a heal after. It might be a heal after.
Yeah, well, it all depends on the.
I think it's if I live, yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I got 1. So I get, that turns into 1 block. So I got 2 blocks.
Okay. And so mine, because I got 3 hits, a crit, and 2 expertise.
Yep.
2 expertise is going to turn into a crit and a hit.
Yeah, I guess we could explain why we're doing this. So for this game, it doesn't use D6 or anything. It has these proprietary dice which have their own symbols. You have blue ones for defense, grey ones for attack. So Ben's rolling the grey attack dice. You can see on the card below, he has 7 attack dice. I, on my board, look for how many blue dice I have, and I get 4 on defense.
Yeah. And so now what happens is, so you had effectively 2 normal saves.
Yep.
Essentially. So I'm going to remove 2 normals. And now.
Do you have anything that cancels any of mine out from your expertise?
No.
Any orange stuff? Okay, cool.
No.
Because some characters will like turn a block into not a block, or
Yeah.
downgrade crits, different things like that.
And so now what's going to happen is I get to move 4 spaces along this track that you see in the top left-hand corner. And I assume my goal is to just really mess you up. So
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
So you get to choose moving down the tree for each point that you're doing. Some of the trees kind of loop back around on themselves, but most are pretty linear, just straight down, and you just pick whether you want. Each explosion symbol there represents a damage. The other ones might represent you get to shove someone backwards, or you might get to move the character, or jump, or heal, or all kinds of different stuff.
yeah. So I think what I'm gonna do is
For your info, she has 9 HP.
she's got 9 HP. Eh? I don't think there's a way where I get to just kill her, but I can make it really difficult for you.
Okay.
So I think if I go at the top and then, or if I go from the starting one, and I'm just kind of going to go along the top here.
Okay.
So I basically get to go doink doink, and then to the next one, which
two,
is up
three,
to 4. Then we go 5 and strain you.
Yep.
Which there is a token like this here.
I'll put that on the card.
Sure, on your card. Yep. And then also hit, and I get to do a jump.
Okay. So that was
in total
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage.
It's 7 damage, and you've got a strain, which means if she does anything, she takes 3.
Yes, I would have to heal that first. Yeah.
Which I guess you might be able to do here.
Well, she's not wounded, so none of those like kind of ability kick in things happen. She does take 7 though, which is a big old chunk.
And so I get to jump, and so like interestingly, I mean, I could kind of try and contest this point, which might be good, but like, I don't know, I could just.
So is the jump just another movement?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the small movement tool, but it does allow you to change elevation as well.
Yeah. I mean.
Everything I'm seeing says they can shoot into engagement range of a melee. Yeah, I guess.
Oh, okay.
I don't think there's really anything stopping.
Sure. No, that's fine then. So what I will do then is I will go like.
I think what it
this.
can stop is you can't shoot out of engagement range. So more getting up on someone like Sabine would force her to either fight him or leave combat.
Right.
Rather than being able to shoot out. So certain characters would get hamstrung by that, I think.
Okay. Well, I'll do that. I think.
Okay.
I'll back up here.
It does put him on that previous point.
It does.
So,
That's actually kind of the thing, and so that's the end of his
yeah,
turn.
because you would be contesting this versus
Yeah, and so I think what I'll just do here is back him up like that. I'm now within the 2 of an objective point, and as we're doing like the cleanup, I get to move one on my struggle track towards red. So, yeah, okay.
and then momentum stays the same.
Momentum stays the same.
No one was
Yeah.
wounded,
If I had knocked you out, if I had gotten, I guess there was a track I think where I could kill you, but then I would have gotten.
Only your objectives are scored on your turn, eh?
Yes. Yeah.
No, I don't think he could have.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I think it's
7, 8.
all 6, isn't it?
I was sorry if I was meaning like I would have had to get 6 dice out of the, which is
You did the most damage you could with the roll you had.
yes, yeah, absolutely. Great. Okay, that is Maul. Good job, Maul.
You know, not a great start. As in most tabletop games, it usually starts with me moving a very important figure way too far forward, who immediately takes a shitload of damage. So that's fine. We'll just win from here. It's easy.
I mean, Maul's pretty open now too. So
that is
who knows?
also true. All right, we got Kanan.
He saw his wifey get slapped.
Oh,
Really like to see a Spaceballs team.
interesting. I'm inclined to like reserve him, but honestly, getting him up the board to where if I do get someone wounded, he can leap in and start attacking isn't the worst idea.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the ability to
Because I get a
line up
primary
some
dash,
yeah.
and then his starting ability is also he can move himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you could at least get 2 points here if you like move them in that direction or something as well. But.
Go off into the side of the board where there's no enemies. I don't know about that, Ben. I don't know about that.
Yeah, just stay away from me.
Yeah. I think I want to put him pretty in the mix. So, okay, I am going to activate Kanan.
Okay.
I'm going to, because he's a primary unit, I'm going to do the dash. Let's grab both of those.
There you go.
I'm going to do the dash forward, which puts him close enough to this ladder that's just back here, where he'll finish that and then end up within 1 of this. Just go like that. And then for his activation, a man with 2 names. Don't ask too many questions about that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
that's not
fine.
that hard.
I'm sure I'll find out why that's important
Why,
later.
yes. Last name.
That's the cool thing about this game is all their abilities are named cool references to the
Yeah, that
characters in
you're
some
like,
way. And
or-
then for the show, I'll be like, don't worry about that. Just moving on. The start of this unit's activation, if the active stance is Suresu, which it is. Do I want that one? No, I want the other one. So for his activation, I'm going to put him in pack leader.
You got it.
Because it's pack leader, I can choose a character. I'm going to choose him. He can dash. I'm going to put that there, and I think I want to. I don't think I want to dash him up. I think I want to dash him forward. Like that.
So you can get as many dashes as you want, eh? Or as like you can get multiple dashes from different places.
Yes, but just not for your, like, you only get to do a dash once.
As like your action, yeah.
But there are, like, for example, this move in itself says the chosen character can dash, and then if he's a spectre, you dash again.
Right.
So it doesn't really care about doing multiple dashes.
But I assume because you did a dash as part of your thing, now your movement can't also be a dash. It's like how I couldn't.
I imagine so, yes.
Like
I have a regular
force.
reposition, but not dash as well as that.
Which is probably fine. I mean, you probably want advance anyway.
So I'll end up there, and then I'm on the ladder, so I can go down and go within one of the ladder.
Sure.
So that's kind of what this game is. You kind of like Gears of War, warp yourself
Yeah, around.
closer to ladders to then use them to magnetize yourself in
makes
a little
sense.
bit further. It used to be that people did that without actually going up or down the ladder. They would just go along the ground and like get close enough and then slingshot themselves around, and then they ruled and said, no. You have to actually use the ladder to get benefit from this, because that was a bit silly. But
And
okay.
the control points that are flipped over are the ones are sort of not active during this particular engagement.
Yeah, just this one in the center. The ring around are all active, which are
Right.
the other objectives. Okay, so that was his thing. There is a name for the primary ability that activates when they turn on. I just don't remember what it's called. That's his one of those. So for the rest of his activation, I could force push a character away. I don't think I need to do that. I mean, I could push Maul. I could reposition and push him out of, like, I could get up here and then push him this way out of combat, or at least out of control of the objective. That does cost me 2 force to do that. I don't hate it. I could move in there,
You do you, man.
fight him, and then yeet him out if it goes bad. I kind of like that.
So as a note, Maul has a move where if he gets fought in melee, afterwards he gets to do a dash and do a 5-dash attack to.
Ooh, so he could
whoever
dash
melee,
back
so-
into Hera and attack.
Yeah.
That's sick. Or I kill him.
No, it has to be the character that attacked him. Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of good.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're able to double push, I wouldn't potentially be able to make it back in. I don't know, maybe.
I don't think I can double push. I think
Okay.
if I use an ability, it's used
Sure,
kind of the same way that the.
I just meant like from a melee.
Oh,
attack,
sure.
if there's,
No,
like, two
I don't
push
think
guys.
Ezra has a push. It's just Kanan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Okay.
So let's see if that's the way I want to do it. I think probably. Yeah. So for one of his activations, I'll do a reposition, and then I can move him anywhere in there. So I'll just go.
Hi.
I might go like that. Also puts him really in the open, but hey, we're going to go with it. So I go like that. I will. I'm pretty sure you're allowed to do your second action and then still do an ability afterwards.
Yep, I think so.
Yeah,
It's just
it's
like
not
when
like
you-
Kill Team where it's like your last thing and then
Yeah.
you're done. Yeah.
I think even in Kill Team you can kind of still do stuff. It's usually it's just like there's not a lot.
There's
that's
not
like
a lot that
after.
doesn't happen outside
Yeah.
of an action. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. So I guess I'll fight.
Okay.
Although interestingly, to get all that movement, I had to be in his less powerful melee profile.
Sure, you're in the
So
okay.
it's
well,
not going to be as harsh, but let's grip it and rip it. So I'm on 6 dice for the attack.
okay. I am at a 5.
Cool. And then because he's getting attacked, you get to do your maul thing after. Is it a
Yes.
reaction?
Yes, it's a when this unit is it's when I'm wounded. Is
so-
that only if I would like?
So yeah, wounded means you lost all your hit points.
Oh, it is that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay,
Fair
so,
enough.
so like Kanan's thing, Kanan, if a team member is wounded, he gets to act.
Gotcha. So it's only if they're fully knocked
Yeah,
out,
yeah.
down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, rock and roll.
Okay.
Right. I'm still rolling. But
Yes. Cool. So yeah, 6 on Kanan's attack. Okay.
Pretty
They're a
stinky,
little
dude.
off camera.
Pretty stinky. I got 2 saber.
Well, okay. So I got 1 crit, 3 hits, and an expertise, which becomes a crit and a hit.
Wow, 1 expertise gets you that, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to save 2 of them, I guess, and then you get to do the 4 to me.
Do 4, yeah. So we look at Kanan's sheet. We get 2 damage, a shove, and an extra damage. Then we can do 2 damage, a shove.
Oh, you easily have 2 a double shove if you want. Yeah.
2 damage and a reposition. Yeah, I guess. Oh no, wait. That's a. Sorry, 1 shove, 1 pin, or I can do 2 shoves. Yeah. So
Oh,
it'd be
I
1,
get-
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I thought those were the same, but no, they're slightly different.
No, yeah. So
icons, yeah.
the first one is like the dashy line. It's kind of hard to see there. The one
Yeah.
at the top, you can see the division. So that's the pin, which means the next time Ben would want to move, you just remove the pin, which is useful for like when you get reposition moves, you have to clear that first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where are you going?
Good call. Let's do probably just shove, and then reposition, I think. Yeah, okay. So,
3, 7 in total.
okay.
Rolls an 11er.
So the shove is by taking the 1-inch tool, which is just the side of any movement tool, and moving it kind of directly away, and then shove again. It's like a 45-degree cone in the direction you're
Yep.
facing. So the idea is that you're shoving them backwards. You're not shoving them like 90 degrees to the right. You know? Although that does kind of put you back in the air. But hey, we'll roll with it. So you took 2 shoves, no other conditions. You take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage, and I get to reposition Kanan.
Cool. I'm discovering this as I'm doing it.
Sure.
Maul has some later text at the very bottom of the card,
Yeah.
which is it's another thing for the sustained by rage ability, which is I can use health points for force thing.
Yes, right.
For every 3 damage this unit has, you
Yep.
add 1 to their 1 die to their melee rolls. For every injured token this unit has, this character adds 3 dice.
Damn, son. Okay, so
Sustained by rage,
he's
Maul
gonna
gets
start
spooky.
cooking
Yeah,
soon.
yeah.
Okay. So Maul's kind of the guy. I guess you want to, if you start damaging him, you want to like burst him the whole way,
Sure,
or
yeah.
it'll go real bad.
Yeah, I mean, at minimum, he's going to be able to chuck 10 dice
Yep.
later at some point.
In terms of reposition, like, how close do I need to be? It's a 2, right, for control? Mm-hmm. I can actually be pretty far back.
Yeah, 2 is huge. It's a huge amount of range.
I'm gonna be like there.
Sure, you got it.
Yeah. So I'm still controlling it, but I'm a little further away.
Okay.
And that's my go.
Okay, so at the end, you control 2.
I guess did I want to force push you was the other thing, because I could
yeah.
spend my two force ability to do that. I don't really have a lot to do with force right now, so sure, let's spend 2 force. Choose a character, enemy character within 3 of that character. I didn't even have to be that close. Push the chosen enemy character 3 away from the chosen allied character. So 3 is this guy that looks like a thermal detonator,
Wow.
which is off the
Maul's
board.
going-
So he's
Maul's going on a journey.
He's going to be on the edge because you can't push him off.
Sure. Whee!
Got yeeted
Okay.
downtown.
All
Yeah,
right.
he's not even on camera.
Yeah.
He's in the spot that Paul didn't account for because he said, well, no one's out here, so. Oh,
I got nothing.
he found
He's
the blind
right
spot in the
here.
casino. He's robbing him blind.
Okay.
Yep, that's
My turn?
Kanan's activation. Yeah, roll with it.
Okay, I guess it's leader o'clock in here.
Wow, we shuffled real well, apparently.
Yeah, so we got it's Mother Talzian for
Yeah.
me. So she's got a couple of things. So at the start of her activation, choose another allied Dathomirian unit. One character in that chosen unit may dash. So
Well, so for starters, you also get the primary dash.
I do too. Yeah, and yeah, so I
Actually, sorry, just before, is there some control
oh,
points?
right, end of
sorry.
round.
Oh, I thought you had done that.
No, you're totally right. So I control this one because Chopper's next to
Oh,
it.
you did do it. Okay.
Well, he started close enough that
Gotcha.
like you should also get that.
Oh,
one.
I should have gotten this one.
Yeah,
so I
so-
should be at 2.
Yeah, so this should have gone. Nope.
Yeah, that was right. Yeah, 2.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
And then, so I have 1, 2, 3. So it would be 1, 2, 3.
There you go.
Yeah.
All
Great.
right.
Okay.
And no one was wounded, and it did cross the center half, so we're good. And now on Ben.
I mean, I was a little wounded with the Great Jedi thing, but I think you're all right.
Oh, here's the movement tool. You'll need that.
Emotionally wounded.
Emotionally wounded. Psychic damage.
Thank you. So I've got all kinds of fun things here. I do have the opportunity to kind of make her just sort of chill,
You can also reserve her, yeah.
which ain't bad.
So I assume, right, because it's when the primary is activated. So if you reserve her and then activate her later, you still get the dash move.
Yeah. Oh, like, so later I would get her dash move
Yes,
kind of a thing?
because it doesn't mean like when you flip a leader, it's when you activate them. So I'm pretty sure I'm fine with that being the way we do that.
Okay. Here's what I will do. I think. Where's the? This is
Bless
the
you.
2. So if I do.
Thank you.
That. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
So for my obscuring shadows, which is her ability.
Yeah.
To make a Dathomirian character move.
Well, if you are going to go with her, you want to do her move first.
Oh, I have to do that
It's
one
when
first.
you activate her, you can
sure.
do it or not do it. Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
I don't think it'll matter, but that's the order I think it needs to happen.
That is fair. Then let's go ahead.
Because I think for hers, you can make someone else move, right?
Yeah. So I'm basically gonna have her. We know that this character is there, so I just want to do that. She's gonna scoot along like there. And then her ability activates to move a Dathomirian unit.
Yep.
So I'm gonna.
You need to grease up those tools so they move a bit easier. It's a bit grindy with the paint. I think just made the clearance a little
Yeah.
groovy.
Grease up them tools.
Great. Okay, and I'm doing this in her rangy mode. Cool. How can I borrow the 4 stick, please? The lightning stick. So I'm looking to kind of get around. Like
Very happy with the paint designs on these silly little tools. They're very cool.
Yeah.
Did you choose, like, are those embossed on it? Or
They
did you,
are
or
actually,
did you
yeah.
just
So
choose
this
to-
tool has like this is a raised like little handgun.
Oh, I see,
And this is
okay.
a raised laser, and then the explosion at the back. So it has like some modeling on it,
Nice.
which is nice, and helps you to kind of remember like, oh, a 3 that a 4 that's the lightning or whatever, you know.
You pull out the lightning one, you're like, oh boy.
Wait, the lightning one is 4?
It is number 4, yes.
Ah, Force lightning.
I never clued in on that. That's very funny.
I'm a pun pervert.
That is what they should be called. Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's one where even the pun people were like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I know what I am.
Accurate.
Here's what we're going to do. All right,
Okey-dokey.
I'm going to. We're just gonna scoot. I need her to be within 2-ish.
Yeah.
So I'm going to move Mama Jama.
It's very funny that with all this RNG, we've moved all 4 primary units so far.
Yep, sure have. So she's gonna go like that.
Yep.
And
Ooh, good positioning.
yeah, and then she's going to shoot at
Magic, I assume?
it's literally called Magics.
Although if she wants to pull a pistol from her robes and just go
Magic!
out, get to blasting.
Yeah, so she's in Great Mother mode. So 7 dice.
Sick.
Wow, her defense on range is 7 dice as well.
Kanan, I assume.
Yes, so she's aiming at Kanan.
So Kanan does have a deflection ability, which is because he's being targeted by a ranged attack. Once it's resolved, I can use his reaction, and if the attack roll contained 1 or more fail, you take 2 damage. So it's
Okay, that's
minor,
fine.
but you just take 2 damage.
All G. All right.
So he has 5 ranged dice. Roll mine at the top so I can see them. Oof. Dang. Not great.
So I have 5 hits and expertise and a miss.
I have 2 blocks, no expertise.
Okay, and so 1 expertise from magics gives me a crit and a hit.
Okay. So you can remove 2 normals for my blocks, and then go to town.
We've got 5 that are going through, eh? All right, well.
Does the crit move you like 2 along the track or
No,
something?
it's
or?
just
a
a harder to block thing is what it is.
So if I have regular blocks, I can't use those to remove a crit.
I see.
Certain expertise on defense might say you downgrade a crit to a normal sometimes, things like that. But generally speaking, crits are non-removable.
They don't actually do more damage. They're
They're just
another,
a safe damage.
they're just another hit. Okay, cool.
How much health does Kanan have?
Kanan has 10 health. He is fresh.
6. I can knock him down. If I go in the middle, and then my top right one is a triple hitter.
Oh, interesting.
Oofa doofa.
Bam!
Oh, wait, I do get cover because he's within Hera, which is an extra die?
It is.
Yeah, so he gets 1 more die.
All right, roll it. Expertise.
It is an expertise, which gets me something. A block and a shove? Yeah. So it's an extra block, so I would lose 1 damage. So 1 damage dice, and then get to shove you backwards? Is that correct? No, I get to reposition. I think that's what that is.
Sorry, what is this? What's the move
It's
here?
that little icon there. That's I think
That is a dash.
That's dash. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sorry. So I block. So yeah. So I have 3 blocks
Okay.
and a dash, I suppose.
Okay.
Does that save him?
It saves him
Crucially?
from dying. I realized I forgot about the cover thing. I have a move that I could pull you towards me, so you would have been out of cover.
Oh,
but-
we can do that because I didn't like that was like a surprise thing
Are you-
afterwards.
I mean, sure. I mean, this is all results. It cost me 2 to do.
because
Then,
he'll still have cover.
Okay.
Because it's within 4 of Hera, so it's lightning from Hera.
Right. So the move that I have
Yeah.
is called Manipulating Hand, which allows
Yeah.
me to make you make a dash that I resolve.
Right.
So 4. Holy crap.
That's what I mean. She gives cover to unless you can. It's close.
Like if I straight up made you do this. Yeah, you'd still
still
be
within
all right,
there.
then let's not even worry about
Okay.
it. All right, good to know. Cool. We're both learning. Great. Okay, so instead I'm still
Well, I
at
mean,
5.
it's not fair for you to have made that thing if you had a move you could have done, especially when you just
Oh,
paid for
totally.
it, so, like,
No. Yeah, I mean, we're both learning, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, so yes, he's not going to die here. He's going to take a lot of shit, but he's not going to die. Damn.
Taking
okay,
no shit
so
to start a farm.
instead, so you get to, I don't know, there's an actual order that we have to resolve.
So you
this.
do all the damage and apply things first,
And then you do your
after
things?
combat, things like healing and, which also didn't Hera have a heal?
She did. Is that the order that it goes in? Like, do you have the book? Sorry, there's
Yeah,
like-
because I had 1 expertise, which included a heal. So yeah, those because it's the repositions and the shoves and the heals all happen after combat. I believe you get to choose who does them.
Can I just see the book real quick?
Yeah.
Because there's like actual like
Yes.
resolve.
Yeah.
shit.
So I think the way it works is you do damage first, then you apply statuses, then you do shoves and heals and such.
So it's roll initiative die, modify the dice rolls, determine results,
Yep.
apply all damage, resolve all attack effects.
Yes, which is like the applying of statuses and shoves and then.
So,
like
but
that.
wouldn't the defensive
the
like
defensive ones happen after you do yours,
it? Okay.
because you're the player with initiative. You're doing the action, so.
So you get to heal after I do damage to you.
Yeah, so if you killed me, the healing wouldn't matter because we discussed that. But
Okay.
because I lived, I then get to at least heal 1 damage, I think. Or it's 1 status effect, so I could actually.
It's one status or
It's healer damage or a status
Okay,
effect, so I
sure.
can heal the strained off.
Sure. Okay. So I will hit and push. Hit.
Oh, and she would have lost the hunker because she got engaged by Maul.
Yeah, I think this is just this. So yeah, here's what we'll do. We'll go. In total, you are going to take 7 damage, get shoved twice, and
Okay.
become exposed.
Okay.
I assume the exposed is just that you don't get defense or expertise in your defense rolls on the next
Yes,
one.
correct.
So yeah, so you'll take 7, and I will shove you twice.
Which one is the expose icon again? Is
It's the exclamation point.
Yep. Yeah, right. That's the one that's like debuffing their armor.
Yeah.
So you turn off their expertise and then you attack them and they just have pure blocks on the roll to survive.
What's that?
Oh, look at that. Two buds hanging out off camera.
Two buds hanging out off camera, Maul and Kanan. Great. Okay. That will be.
Okay, so that's that round. So you have the back point, you have this point.
I just got the 2.
The 2. Okay, so that is do.
Yep.
Yep. Cool.
Love the
And
back.
it did cross the middle, so you're good.
Yeah.
All right. My flippy, Zeb.
Interesting. He's up there.
Interesting. DQ.
You're not fully clean unless
Oh,
you're
was I supposed to
Zeb
take
fully
damage or
clean.
something from Kanan for shooting?
Oh yeah, because you had one fail, so you take 2 damage.
Okay.
On Talzin.
And then I have an ability that after the unit, if you take damage, I get to heal. So then I can heal that, and I only take 1 in total.
Yeah, I guess.
Cool. After an allied Dathomirian makes an attack, if the defender suffered 1 or more, the allied Dathomirian gets to heal.
Oh, actually, in that case, because this says after the attack is resolved.
Okay.
So what's the ordering on yours? Is it a reaction?
It's a reaction. After an allied Dathomirian makes an attack, if the defender suffered 1 or more damage, this unit may use this ability and gets to heal.
Okay, so you would heal first, I think, at the resolve of your attack, and then I would do my reaction after to do damage.
I don't know.
I don't know the ordering.
If we're talking about active player versus non-active player, like in Magic the Gathering, my thing would go on the stack first, then yours, so you hit me, and then I heal after. But
There's no stack. That
I don't
just
know.
happened. Yeah, because this says after a ranged attack, targeting a character in this unit is resolved. This unit may use this ability if there was a fail to suffer damage.
Here, we'll do it in that way. So you get to heal after all the damage is gone,
Well,
and I
because
don't.
you're the active player, so we decided that you could choose the order in which they would happen, I think. So you could choose to have mine happen first, and then you would effectively...
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
we do it in the way that we both get the most benefit out of our.
So you take 1
abilities.
damage.
So, go for it.
Okie dokie. So Zeb, huh? I think I want to put Zeb in reserve for a force.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to put Zeb in reserve. So I'll just put him up there for now. And then I flip over the next one. It's Shatterpoint.
So you get to do whoever you want.
Okay. That's interesting. Does Maul have anything if I leave engagement?
Nope.
Okay.
But if you leave, you have to do a dash. You can't do a full advance. That's
Oh, you
how-
can't advance out of... Okay.
Yeah.
Or I just crank him in the head. Because he's super low, right?
You
But
could.
then he gets a dash and an attack, because we discussed that.
Yeah.
Okay. That's if I attack... If I activate him. Alternatively... okay. Right, so that's actually... Leave a spell if you do... Each roll... Oh, okay.
I truly and dearly love rules reading mumbles, like listening to people just
Oh,
going
that's
like,
sick.
No,
Sorry, yeah.
I just
and
go
then
share.
and then yeah.
Okay,
So, I'm just gonna kill him. Is
I think I'm
usually
going to
how people
activate
end.
Hera.
Okay.
Because Hera has... Do I get the dash again? Because it's a primary unit activating?
At the start of this unit's activation, each player in this unit may do that. Yeah.
Guess?
Yeah. It's so worth noting. It's not necessarily for just your primary. It's for whoever has these sort of things. You've been saying
So,
primary.
so that is the sign
Yeah,
for
yeah.
primary.
I don't think it is.
Yeah, it's the circle with the cross in it. Because it's the icon
It's
of...
the icon for tactic, because
Oh, you're right.
Gar isn't my
and Sabine
primary
has that
anymore.
icon.
Yeah.
But, so the Hera's card...
Yeah. So you've got so that's innate. That's
Oh.
tactic.
Okay.
But I think it doesn't matter because both your dudes had that tactic
Right.
thing. in
And
it.
I think both
it's basically
yours
if they
do.
have that symbol.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe it's null. I don't know. They happen in this game to be on the primaries, so that's
Yeah. Mine, one of my primaries doesn't. So in fact,
Oh.
actually, I was not supposed to move with Maul in the way that I did.
Oh. Yeah,
But
whatever.
now we know.
That's fine. Maul's horny for violence, so he got...
He got through it. Yeah.
He's had a lot of shit done to him. I get it. Okay, so I flip Shatterpoint. Shatterpoint just means I get to choose who I activate, which is
Yeah.
very cool. So I will choose Hera.
Okay.
She, I guess, gets to dash, but I don't know if I actually want to. No, I think I'm going to choose not to do her dashy thing. Now, at the start of the activation, there's a couple of things that happen. Is Kanan within 5 years? Okay, so she has an ability called We Have Hope. At the start of the activation, I can spend a momentum, and if I do, each Rebel Alliance unit within 5 may remove 3 damage and 1 condition from itself. If the unit was chosen to activate with a Shatterpoint card, you can do this effect without spending momentum. So I get to do it for free.
Cool.
So I will have Kanan heal 3, and he doesn't... Oh, he does have a condition. So I get to go down to 4
Nice.
and remove the expose. That's cool. Each Rebel Alliance unit within 5. Does that include herself? It doesn't say
probably.
other. It doesn't say other,
Yeah.
right? So she also would go down to 5. Sick. Sorry, she goes down to 4. From 7, heals 3 to 4. Yep. Okay. Sick. So that's her activation dealie. At the start of the unit activation, I can also have one Rebel character, little dash, or if they're a Spectre, big move. So I'll have Ezra do the move and just get him up on that point.
Sure.
Just get him. Yeah. Okay. And then for Hera's ability, does Maul have any like get shot by ranged stuff?
Nope.
Okay. And then we discovered that I can shoot into engagement.
Sounds like it, yeah.
Okay. I guess, does it matter what I give her?
I mean, everybody likes positive
She's not
feedback.
really like a combat unit. She's more of a supporting kind of hero, which is cool. And very on brand for Hera. So, I'm unclear what the actual... I don't know, I guess put her on... Oh, I guess the tree is different, isn't it? Right. Yeah. That one looks better for damage. I'm going to go with difficult choices for her stance.
Okay.
And then she's going to make the... where's the 4? Can you pass the 4, please? Oh, I think she's just out.
I think you're okay.
Oh, no, I think that's okay, yeah. She's going to make the not so difficult choice and plug Maul with a couple of shots. So she gets 7 attack dice. I guess she doesn't need to move. So I could focus to get an extra die.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll focus for 1 action, and then I'll attack Maul for the second one.
Mm-hmm.
So she gets normally 7 die, but gets 8. Can I borrow one of yours? To kill you with, thank you. She gets 8 on the attack. Cool. Blasting old pointy head over here.
Okay.
Okay, that's weird.
That's
I
a
got
lot of expertise.
4 expertise, but only 1 hit. Oh, 2 hits, sorry. 2 hits. So for expertise on the range, 3+ is just 2 crits and a hit. Okay.
So 5 in total,
So that
basically.
becomes 2 crits and a hit.
Ooh.
The rest don't matter.
2 normals.
Okay, so block 2 normals.
So you got
take
3 in total.
3 damage. So that's going to be 4 damage total, and the bleed icon, which is strain, I think.
Yeah, he's gonna go down.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Yeah, he's only got 11.
Okay. So that counts as him being wounded.
Yep.
So.
He doesn't get to do his thing. It's only on melee attack. But
Oh, anyone else? Because I think Talzin has something about wounded.
When an enemy character wounds another allied unit, the effect one character in this unit,
Which means Talzin, yeah.
gets
She can blast Hera with a ranged attack.
may dash and make a 5 dice attack.
Yeah.
Okay, so sure.
Oh, sorry. Yes. There you go. What's her range attack?
It's just 4, so I definitely.
I mean, you'll be within, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just have to kind of scooty up. Go like that. And then we're fine. You're going to get a cover die, I believe, so that's good for you.
Yes, yeah.
But she does get to blast.
which is weird because I changed the stance thinking Maul was going to come at her in melee. So she's actually slightly worse in
Yeah, no,
in range now.
it's only melee that he gets to go Hulkamania mode. So it is only a 5 dice attack though, so it's not a full blast.
She gets 4, +1 for cover.
+1, so it's 5v5. So it's not great, but
Woof. 1 block and so 2 block and a heal after combat.
okay. So 2 hits.
Okay. She had 4.
Wait, didn't she have a? Oh, you healed your strain off of you.
Yeah.
That sucks, man. Okay, well, so she's gonna take 4 damage and get pushed, as well as
She goes to 1 HP.
as well as she is exposed. Is that what it is? Yeah.
Yep, the exclamation. Yep. So she's going to 8. Yep.
I will do that.
It was a push, right, or a shove?
It was a push.
It has to go
Oh, from
because you angle these to the extreme. So from her,
Yeah.
she can go anywhere within that because it's you're pushing from me.
Right.
Because Towson's firing, not Maul. So the shove is coming this way.
So okay, but I can go like over here.
No. So the way it works is you put the point pointing to the character it's coming from.
Yeah.
You can now shove anywhere in this direction. So you can't cross that boundary. So you can shove along that or along that.
Right. So if I go, okay. Like, so we're doing.
Yep.
That.
Yep. So anywhere in that direction.
Okay.
So shove is 1. That edge is.
Oh.
So dash is the when she repositions. The
Oh, is that? So is that a dash, not a push? Okay, hold on. Sorry, they made the push and the dash so incredibly similar.
So I don't believe there is ever a dash off an attack. These are all shoves.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
I think because the book will have the shorthand on the back.
Okay, my man.
I think.
Just gonna do
Well, I think
this.
I've also probably been misreading that as dash occasionally.
There we go.
Because I think earlier Paul remarked that is that the dash and pin are different. So yeah, that's pin, that's dash, and that's shove. Okay, so the dash and the shove are so similar.
Yeah.
It's like squares versus small lines.
Versus attached, yeah. That's so well. Okay, that's fine.
So from the look of my
Yeah, okay,
combat cards, it's only ever shoves.
My goal was to shove you off of the thing.
Okay.
So, and I was able to
Yeah,
do
you
that.
did that,
So
yeah,
I'm
that's
happy. I'm fine with that.
All good.
Great. Okay.
So that was the reaction to me shooting
Yeah.
Maul.
Which was your last thing? I
Yes,
guess you
correct.
Focus shot. Yeah.
Right. I did, as a result of my thing, get a heal, so I can heal the expose.
Okay. And Maul is downed.
Yes. So he's. I think the damage stays on him because that will then flip when he's next activated, and you remove all damage at that point.
Oh, okay.
Just because technically you can still attack characters that are downed and put more statuses on them.
Oh, do they
'Cause
not
what'll
heal the
happen is,
statuses?
yeah, so what happens is when you go to next activate him, he will flip his little token that says he was injured to wounded, or I think that's the correct terms.
Sure.
Remove all damage icons and remove 1 condition.
Got it.
So stacking damage conditions can matter in instances where you want to make it harder for them to move and do stuff.
Okay,
But
that's
that's quite
Yeah,
rare
you
that
did
that matters.
Xaxes, by the way. He was at 7, you did 4.
Yeah, that was very lucky.
Uh,
I mean, also healing all that damage off my dudes was
Yeah.
super clutch too, because you would have killed me straight back.
Okay, so you actually get a momentum token on
Right.
your side because you wounded one of my dudes, and
Which
we
is that?
tally up your points.
No, that's you. Like that?
So you're blue. Blue for good guy, red for bad guy.
Yes, which means I want it to come back to me, which means that has shortened my track, which is correct.
Oh, right, and you put the red up on the red.
It's
That is
the you guys sat on opposite sides than I was expecting. Sorry.
Okay. It's right on the screen. That's what matters.
It is correct on the
then
screen.
I hold this back point, this point. You pushed her off this, but it's sticky points, right? In this game?
I thought you had to be on it.
No, because that's the whole thing we discussed last time.
Oh, because we haven't been putting shit on the things. is what
Oh,
we're
you're
supposed
right.
to be
That's
doing.
what we should have done. We should have been adding the tokens that say who takes what.
Well, that's fine.
So I'm blue, so that's that one.
Okay, damn. Learned a lot about my sick moves after the
So
fact.
that's 1, 2, 3 for me.
Okay.
So it goes, I want to push the one towards blue. Nope. So it was there, so it should be 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. That was my shadow point.
Okay. All right, it's mine, and it's the Acolytes that get to go. So,
This is our first doubles character unit
Yeah.
activation.
so I can do a thing.
The very embarrassing thing is this is not my second game ever. I think this is my 7th or
Oh
something
wow.
like that.
Okay. All right. Well.
So I'm bad. A lot of those were like a year ago though, so.
So I'm going to use a force point
Okay.
to use their move called Acrobatic Advance.
Oh,
Each
cool.
character gets to do a jump, and if any characters jump, they gain hungered.
Yep.
So, God, I'm so far from so many things, but it's incredibly annoying.
So you can go any so you can jump straight up with that.
Yeah, it doesn't really do much though. Like,
Well, it gets you up there and then you would just be able to dash on it. What's the range on their attack?
they have a 5, which is pretty good.
That's pretty far. You could probably potentially get into a position where you can get up, move to be on the point, and still shoot Zeb. If you can get like here-ish, or
Yeah,
even like
but
see
I don't,
through
I
the
don't
window.
need to get on the point. I own it already.
Oh, you're right.
There's no,
Of course.
there's no point, right?
Yeah, never
so
mind. My
that's the
bad.
thing. That's the thing about sticky markers. So it's
Yep.
like I just need to go grab that at some point, but
Right.
unfortunately, these dudes aren't moving that way. So that's fine. I'm just gonna go jump a 1, jump a 2. And then yeah, because they've got a 5-er.
That's a 4.
Sorry, that's a 4. 5-er even bigger. Holy crap! Look at the size of this thing. So
Yeah, I think if I play this team long term, I'm probably going to swap Chopper out for the 2 Rebel Commandos just for the extra range. For that
It is
reason.
pretty cool.
It's very nice.
You can only bring your war criminals in public every so often, you know?
Yeah, stuff like that comes up in Star Wars Unlimited because there's a bunch of cards that there's a heroic card called Liberated Slaves and it has like some Twi'leks and Wookiees and stuff all escaping from some sort of mine. And if you're playing a villain Imperial deck, my favorite thing is to refer to that card as escaped convicts and then have my opponent look at me very confused and I go, oh, clearly.
Yeah,
It's all
Escape
perspective,
convicts,
you
yeah.
know.
Yeah. Ungrateful employees.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, I was more referring to Chopper just being.
Oh. Apparently he's amazing in this game because if he hasn't been drawn in the deck, he can't be targeted by range. So he has a really good sneaky run around the back lines.
Yeah, we were talking about that at the beginning of the game. I was like, that seems pretty
Which is
great.
very on brand for Chopper as a character.
I like that they're very open with that there's no like necessarily overarching narrative. They're just like, do you like Star Wars? Please.
Yeah, we don't need to.
Please Star Wars.
We don't need to explain in depth why these characters are on the same team or fighting each other.
Yeah.
A couple of moves.
yeah.
And,
And then I
probably a
guess-
couple of shots.
We will shoot Hera.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
I would presume you're firing with the back one first.
yeah.
Let's say.
I guess.
Just because if you kill Hera, which is very likely, the front one has more likely a shot at the other people. Yeah, I guess it's probably just one of them two.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Kanan's close here. She has 6 HP left.
Yeah. All
Zeb is
right.
4.
Well, sure. We'll shoot with the back one first.
Cool. So Hera has cover and
From
4
what?
range. She gives herself cover. Characters within 4 have cover.
Wow. Okay. And she's just permanently a walking.
Unless like you need literal cover to get cover, but it says has cover 1. So.
Okay.
Cool. 2 expertise, 2 fails, and a block. 2 expertise becomes 2 blocks and a heal. So she has 4 block. No, 3 block total.
Okay.
Yep.
She takes 1 damage and is.
Oh,
Yeah.
Exactsies. Okay, is wounded. Now, her thing doesn't matter. Yeah, but Kanan's does. So when a Rebel Alliance unit is wounded by an enemy attack, I assume, did you have any like things to resolve?
She is whatchamacallit.
Yeah, because if you have any statuses or
She's
shoves or
pinned.
anything. Okay. Pin is the green one, isn't it? Oh, sorry, it's blue.
Dead and pinned.
Okay, so she has 9 damage.
I just made a dice disappear like
Yeah,
magic.
I got it.
It made no noise.
It hit my shoe. Okay. She has 9 damage and a pin.
Okay.
And right. So that's all your stuff resolved. You're not shoving her or anything like that?
No.
Cool. Kanan has a now activated thing. Because a Rebel Alliance unit is wounded by an enemy attack, after the effect is resolved, one character in this unit can heal 2. I forgot he does this. That's amazing. He heals 2 damage.
Oh,
Get that
okay.
later. And then jump.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if I don't think I want to jump. Because jump doesn't go that far, right? Jump
It's a
is the
dash.
little tool. Yeah. Because all that'll do is jump me out of melee range with maul. But I wouldn't be able to attack anyone. So I'll just stay where I am. I guess I can jump within and stay within combat. So combat range is 1 or 2? I think it's 2, isn't it?
It's 2. Yeah.
Can I grab the 2? Because in theory I could get him a bit closer. So I'll just
Double
jump him there.
SMH.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's weird that they specify that, but I'll just
think
jump him there. It's a weird.
It's an extremely elitist gamer thing.
It's we had this problem in Warhammer, which you can make that rule, but then the problem is players just get really dodgy ways to range it anyway.
Like you can measure however you want.
Yeah.
I think it's a really silly rule to not allow people to pre-measure their ideas.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Now, because it's not his activation, I don't think I can change his stance. I think I have to roll with what
No,
the
you
stance
do it at
is
the
in.
start. Yeah.
He also has an exposed token. Oh, but I could have healed that instead of one of the damages, so I'll just do that. So I'll put a damage back on and then heal his thingy. Because
Okay.
that otherwise would have stopped him. Oh, that would just be his next defense. It's still worth doing. I'll heal that. And then I get to make a 5 dice attack. So it's not his full, I guess the form, the stance doesn't matter that much. It's just a 5 dice attack. So
Against Maul.
against Maul.
Okay.
Let's.
Just trying to kick him while he's down.
Woof, that's 4 expertise and a damage.
Just 5 dice.
So that is 1 normal and 2 crits. And a reposition afterwards.
1 normal and 3 crits.
2 crits. So 1 normal, 2 crits.
Okay, so you get 2 hits in total.
Yes, because you have a block.
I have-
so you
I have 2 blocks, so,
So
yeah.
you remove 1, and then the 2 crits will mean 3 damage and a shove. But I
Okay.
can't shove him anyway because he's already on the edge. So just 3 damage.
Okay. All right. And then I've got a second attack to make. Don't I?
Do you get to retaliate in some way?
No. Like I have
Oh,
2
sorry. Yes,
units.
I thought you were talking about Maul. Yeah. You do have the second unit's attack. Yeah.
But now, you fool, you absolute melon, you've moved closer to me.
Oh.
So the knights,
Wasn't I in range anyway?
not before. No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We'd measured it out. I was like, I don't think so.
Oh, I thought I was. Okay, well, that's fine.
And they have the cool ability called Night Hunter, which is when a character makes a shooting attack as part of a combat action. If the target enemy character is engaged with another Dathomirian character, add 2 dice to the dice roll.
Oh.
So you are engaged
Yep.
with this friendo.
Yeah, so they get a little buff.
Yeah, so I'm now going to throw 8 dice on this ranged attack at Kanan.
Here's a question. Hera is wounded, injured, out of action. I forget the exact term.
Sure, wounded, I think. Is
Does
the
her
one.
passive still work? Because
For cover?
yeah,
Probably.
I think so.
I don't know. Yeah?
Yeah.
You within 4?
No, just out. Okay, never mind. Doesn't matter.
Ranged attack coming
Ranged
on
attack,
in.
5 dice. Well, that's a little better. 2 blocks and 2 expertise.
I think all of your blocks have been pretty decent.
Kanan especially, I think because he has the lightsaber, is pretty hot. So that's 4 blocks and a dash from me.
Okay.
Oh, I guess I technically had a reposition at the end of my last thing too. From my...
For Kanan, that's what you did. That's why you moved here, isn't it?
No, that was off his ability. He gets to heal, then jump.
And then
But my expertise from the attack included a reposition.
I thought it was a push. Didn't we
That
say-
was from the tree, but from the expertise on the dice I rolled, it includes a reposition.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just thinking, I don't know if I want to reposition him.
Here's my take. If you reposition, there's a way to make this attack just not even happen.
I'm not going to do that.
So-
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
But because I was thinking about whether I wanted to move him into combat.
Totally.
I think I probably would have just moved him slightly, basically so that I'm not in engagement, but I can jump into engagement.
Well, see, but now you're within cover range of Hera.
I'll just do that then. So I'm not. Yeah. So the attack.
But now
continues.
you're also not within engagement range of Maul, so I'm not getting the extra dice.
Okay, let's just say I didn't move it. Let's keep it simple because I didn't. So we'll just stick with that.
And you also wouldn't have been able to attack Maul and do the thing if you... Or I guess that's
No,
at
because
end
the
of
move
one,
happens
yeah.
after the attack. Yeah.
Sure.
Anyway, so where do we get up to? I had 4 block total.
Okay.
No, 3 block total. 3 block total.
Okay. I have 4 attacks going in then to you.
Okay.
So in total, that is going to be 5 damage, a pin, a shove, a expose, and I hop.
Damn. From
Yeah.
a support unit? Okay.
Yeah.
So a pin, an expose, and then the rest was shove, I believe.
Yeah, so you get to shove, and you've got a bunch of status marks, and I get to jump. So
Yeah. I don't think it matters the order you resolve them, so you can shove or jump in whatever.
it's fine. I'm just gonna...
So shove is 1, which is the top of that tool. Because it's the edge. Well, actually, yeah, I don't know if I just double check that it is. It's the edge of a tool.
There you go. Come on back now, you hear?
So funny.
It is.
It's been hanging out on the side the whole game.
Yep. Okay, and then you've got the expose and the pin on him.
Yep,
and now I get to do a little jumpity jump. If
Yep.
where the tool ended up going. So it was this one. I am curious that like I don't know how, whatever fucking weirdo shit Zeb might have. So I don't know how movement
he can move
is.
himself. He has an ability where he can pay. Choose an ally, replicate. Oh, he can actually do it to someone else. Choose a character within line of sight. One character. Oh no, so he moves himself towards that chosen character.
Okay.
If that character is a spectre, he can move further, and then afterwards he gains a focus. When he becomes wounded, I can remove the injured.
That's
stuff.
fine. I just wanted to know if he could triple move somewhere close to my guys.
He can double attack. So his thing is when he attacks, he can then spend a force to do another 5 dice attack straight after.
All right. That is my activation. Go for
Okay.
it.
I turn over. Chopper!
He's here.
Yay! That means he can be shot too.
So I wounded one of your dudes.
Oh yes, let's do that.
So I get a momentum, and then
is that? Yeah.
I'm in control of 2, so it goes to the middle, which
Nope.
means it didn't cross over, and I get another momentum.
Yes.
Hey,
Yep.
There you go.
we go. So Maul is not out yet, or is out?
Mm-hmm.
He is injured. Maul currently. Benjamin.
sorry, I
Is
was
Maul
streaming Twitch chat.
Sorry, is Maul injured at the moment? He's got no health left.
Yes, yeah, you already knocked him.
Okay, and Kanan is active, but he's pinned a lot. Chopper's got this point. I guess I just will move him that away. Okay, so let's see. I have 3 force left. I'm getting low on characters, but we're also going to refresh the deck soon, which refreshes my force.
Mm-hmm.
So I am going to spend a force to make Chopper jump, which uses this little guy, and he
Got
can
it.
change height doing it. So I'm gonna put that.
I really like the measuring tools.
Kind of looks.
They're very cool, yeah.
Jump up there. Have him sit on the edge, and then he's got a ranged attack, but I think it's quite short. It's only 3, so I think I'll
Got a
just
little
have
zapper?
him- Yeah, he's got a little zapper, but yeah, it's. I guess I'll just move him that a ways and put him like there. Now jump. Can I then dash for his second activation? Because I did a jump from his force ability thing,
Yeah.
and I've done a regular move. Is that I am still able to dash in addition to that as his second
I guess,
activation?
yeah.
So I'll just dash him forward.
Wait, a droid has force abilities?
Well, he used the ambient force
Within the
around
universe, yeah.
to yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Cool. All right, that's Chopper's thingy.
Okay.
So,
So you gain control of this point.
yeah. So you've pushed Hera off this one, but I still have it at the moment.
I guess, yeah, they're sticky, so
Yeah.
I don't know where the rest of your little dealios are.
Oh, that's weird. This should be. Oh, here's one.
Great, so you got that one too.
Cool. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
No momentum changes, but this way. No, that's the wrong one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, on mine, it's Savage time.
And Chopper's passive is off now because he's out of the deck. He
Right.
can be shot.
Yep.
I love that this fancy motherfucker's name is Sauvage.
Savage.
Yeah, they didn't even change the spell. I'm sure at one point I read someone write it as SAVAAJ, which kind of is what you would think it would sound like.
Yeah.
But it's just written as Savage, which is
Savage Oppress. That is his name.
it's a Star Wars name. That's
He
for sure.
came up with it himself.
That's what it says on the tin.
His name, is actually Gary.
Savage's whole shtick is he can royally fuck up primary and force users.
Oh, cool.
Is his thing.
Uh-oh.
He gets an extra 2 dice on primary attack character
Kanan
rolls.
is so busted up. I don't think he's going to need them, but let's do it.
But so my goal here is here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna activate Savage, and he's going to spend one of my force points to do Furious Rush. Each character in this unit
Yep.
may dash.
Yeah.
If the unit is injured, it's a movement instead. My guys like being hurt. Is
Yep.
their shtick. Shocking nobody. We're Sith, and we like to be angry and stuff. So that's a free little move there. And then what I'm going to do is try and advance in a way that I'm kind of at that lovely halfway point, I guess. So it's like,
Oh, yeah, you're in control range, but you're also in engagement range?
yeah, so it's like, it's this, and I think that's doable. Like,
Yeah.
if I'm
That seems fine.
here, he can do that.
You can swing the saber one way and then cap the point the other way, yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the Night Sister leader's name?
Mother
Mother
Talzin.
Talzin.
Yeah, okay, yep. Step on me, mommy. Got it. That's
Yeah.
Step on me, mommy team.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. I'm going to.
Whoopah.
Yeah, he's gonna slap.
Yeah.
He's gonna come in and slap you.
Let's do it.
So he has 7 dice, or because he's attacking a primary character, has 9 dice.
Now, I have 5 defense dice, but I do not get any expertise because I am exposed.
You are exposed, yeah. Could I,
Yes.
this is a horrifying thing, ask for 2 more dice from you?
Okay. Yeah, this is why I bought the second pack.
Yeah,
because
it's a good call. Yeah.
It's nice just to have them for both players, and you do also, like Vader and Maul and a couple of characters can get up to like some silly
Absurd
amounts of dice.
dice. Wow, this is not a great roll, buddy.
I rolled all expertise, so
I don't know what that means.
that means nothing because I'm
Oh,
exposed.
because you're that. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, okay, so.
I mean, he had 2 HP anyway.
Mine is actually only 2 hits and 3 expertise, which turns into hit, a crit, hit, a crit, and a free damage.
Okay.
So I guess, and so how much? So with 1 damage instantly going in, how much do I still need to do to one
So you
after?
just apply all your stuff because it all gets applied.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go across. So he's
And
got a.
I think probably at this point, strategically, you want to apply as many statuses as
Exactly. So you can see his is actually really interesting. His is go along the bottom
For
and
damage?
destroy, or
Yeah.
go along the top for things.
I like that.
Yeah. So
But more notably, I think because it has the 2 lines. No, maybe ignore me. I think technically you could go down the bottom to the top and then loop back, maybe. Anyway, not
I don't know.
important.
Anyways, we're going 4 across the top.
Yeah.
So it's 5 damage or
Yep.
6 damage in total. You're gonna get exposed.
So add 6 damage.
Yeah, exposed, disarmed, strained,
Well, so
and
because he
exposed.
already has exposed,
I thought that gets knocked
that would
off.
go away. So it would go back. Yep.
Yeah.
And then the other one, sorry?
strained
Strained.
and
Yeah.
disarmed. I think I have everyone under the sun on you now.
Yes, correct.
Okay, great. Okay, good job, Savage.
Now. Nope, you're good. Yeah, no, we're good. 'Cause I don't think I have any when a dude is wounded stuff. It's just Kanan's.
Yeah.
He is suffering from every illness.
All right.
Great. Okay, so I'm going to go to my end, I believe. I don't think I need anything else here.
Okay, so you wounded someone.
Yeah,
So,
so I get a momentum, and
Yep.
then I control. I'm going to flip this because we're no yours can't contest as a wounded character.
No, yeah.
So I'm going to get 3 in total,
Okay,
taking you to the
so-
1.
2, 3.
And then it didn't cross over, so I get another momentum.
Yeah.
There we go. And I'll pass to you.
Okay. Wow. This is not looking good.
How you doing over there?
I think
Are you done?
I'm done.
Oh wow! Look at you.
All right.
Nice. Those
I
guys are
have-
looking great.
I have a collection of little critters I can decorate with.
Oh, cool.
So I think I'm
Like
going to
little
decorate.
little forest dudes.
Yeah, like a bunch of little forest guys I can decorate with.
Oh, that's really fun.
Which is neat,
Okay,
but
so
it's
put some
finished.
blades on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna put some birds and some bugs, but here are some of the ones that I finished for
They're
today.
like half elf, half tree.
Yeah, like tree mechs. They're like spirits that are put into things. So
Okay.
now I get to decide how many of these little birds and bugs do I want to put on, because how much do I want to paint them?
Yes, you do. You're gonna be kicking yourself if you don't have them.
I know.
I like to share them around. You know, I like to
Yeah.
look at the base size and look for enough. I don't like to
Or
crowd
just-
the base. Like,
Just coat the big guy.
Yeah,
He's a literal ecosystem.
I mean, I
Just
also like to
cover.
leave space for some, some shrubs, some bushes.
Yep.
You know, maybe a nice tactical rock.
Tactical rock.
TQ is very much in favor of as many bugs as possible.
Yeah.
All right,
Shocking.
Funk.
That is your
That's
grip.
your
So
turn.
Kanan is down. I don't have any reactions to that. We just flippy the card. We got Ezra. Ezra is on a point. Damn, I'm holding points, but it's still not working. out.
Golden points, aching joints.
Okay, so Ezra can. I've got 2 force points left. He can pay to jump, or. Okay, I can do that. That's not that useful. That doesn't matter. He does get to break ties on objectives. And if he wounds an enemy character, I can gain an additional momentum. That's pretty hot. He has a ranged attack of 4. Can I have the... No, never mind. So if I wanted to pop off at one of these dudes... Your support guys are as yet unwounded though, aren't they?
They are safe, yeah.
Yeah.
They're chilling.
Can I... How far is the big move? If I wanted to get... where's the... I probably have it. Yep. I'll put that there. So I need to get to about there to try and contest that. The question then, though, is does that help me that much? Most of your team is stacked on this side,
Yep. I still have my Shatterpoint card too.
but the problem is both my leaders are in the mix there, which is really bad. Yeah, your Shatterpoint and your Gar and your Commandos are your ones left. Well, let's just get into it, I guess. So we've got that point, so I suppose I just move as a reposition. Or, no. Dash, get up. I'm trying to think if I can recover. I guess I can pay to jump, right? I'm Ezra. Yeah, pay a force thing. Excellent. Ezra jump, big jumpy. He's gonna jump to the end of that and then end that side. I think that's fine, right? Or like jump to here, use the ladder. I guess he couldn't go that side of Zeb. He'd probably be more like there because he couldn't go through him. All right, so that's the force ability. And then I'll just reposition past and go stand on that and then shoot the support character with the second action.
Sure.
Because that's, yeah, plenty of range. Cool. So that is a 6 dice attack for old Ezzy Bridge. Where did my other...
I've got a couple, so what do you need?
I need 6 total, so I need 2.
There you go. Here's your 2 back.
Thank you. Let's see. All right. You're not pinned or anything that important? I think it's
No,
just...
we're just chilling. So you're shooting this one here? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think... We'll shoot the one with the bow, yeah. I have 3 expertise, which for Ezra turns into a crit and a normal. So I have 3 normals and a crit.
I have 2 normals, so you get 2 hits on me in total.
Okay. Ezra can do 3 damage and a pin
Okay.
on those boys. Thank you.
Oh, that's interesting. Ezra has two different starting positions.
Yes, yeah. The design of some of the combat trees are very interesting, and there are some later when you can kind of like look back and like go in different ways, and it's very cool.
Cool.
And then I think that's it for him. So we didn't wound a support character, unfortunately, because he would have got a bonus for that. So no momentum. It's just the 1, 2, 3, and not this one. So 3.
Back up to 4.
So 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Okay. Ben turn. It's Gar, and Gar gets to do a dash. Because he's got an ability.
Oh yeah, that's interesting.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I will grab. Can I grab the movement tools here from you?
Excuse me. Yeah.
So Gar gets to do a free dash.
Yep.
Which my mans will do. I actually don't need that one. We're all good. And so because we said you can move through units, I'm just gonna scoot this guy out of the way.
Yeah, I'm pretty
here.
sure that's kosher.
Right, dash can't be over top of things, so that's fine. That's fine. We'll move him there. Great, and then he has a activated ability or a passive thing at the start of this unit's activation. Choose another Mandalorian character. They get to do a free jump.
Cool.
So I will do that, and we will have. I'm gonna have this.
Yeah, so you could just go straight under, or you could choose to end up on top.
Yeah, I'm gonna have this Mando come on up here.
Cool.
Great. Great. Okay, so now their turn. So if I go on there, it's contested. That means you don't also score for it or whatever, right?
No, it just doesn't flip, so it would remain in my control.
Right. Okay. Oh, so like.
Yeah, it's
I have-
it's worse for you. Yeah, it not only does it not flip, I still get the point.
Okay.
I think there's a really good improv game here of things heard both at a Shatterpoint game and in the bedroom.
Okay, so
Or-
I'm just trying to see.
Or
What is
or
sh-
both for this or this or that always
Yeah.
has both as
Yeah.
an option.
Okay, so if I do a focus attack, or if I focus on an attack, he's got sharpshooter 2, which will add 3 dice in total to his roll. But
Nice.
I don't want to do that because I need to. I feel like what I need to do is move and to try and how much health does Chopper have? 8.
8. Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He has protection. What does that mean? Can you pass the reference there?
Oh, he just always has protection.
Yeah.
Whoa. It just means that you get to remove 1 damage.
Okay. Yeah, he has protection, immunity to pin, and immunity to disarm.
Wow.
Bugs.
Okay. I have a lot of pushes.
His damage output is not there though.
Okay.
He's very much a utility dude.
Okay, here's what I'll do then. I'm gonna have Gar move. Let's just kind of get him onto.
Oh yeah, remove 1 damage from the damage pool. Okay.
We'll have him go like that. And then Gar is going to fight Chopper.
Oh yeah, cool.
He's gonna punch the crap out of him.
I really like the paint job I did on those Nandos actually.
They look
I haven't
great. You
seen
did a
them-
very,
I haven't
very
seen
good
them for a
job.
few months, so I
Yeah.
was like, oh, they look sick as hell actually.
Oh, hold on. Sorry,
Yeah.
this is really interesting.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So he has an ability called Mandalorians Are Stronger Together,
Yeah.
which is after this unit makes a move action, if it was within 2 of another Mandalorian character, this
Yeah.
unit immediately gets a focus.
Yeah.
So I did a move and he was within 2 because of the free
Yep.
dash that he did.
Well, I think move is the move.
It's the move.
Well, so
It's an actual action. Sure,
That's
it's not.
what I mean,
It's not
like,
the thing. Yeah.
you
okay.
don't get it every time you move, but if you do a move, you end up near them. Because that's the thing is like usually you're moving a big distance, so if you end up near a Mando, the
Sure.
idea is that you're now working together. And
Okay, I think I can actually still do something here. So I'm actually going to.
I think you could get into melee and be within 2 to still get it.
I don't actually think I need to melee because
Oh, okay.
I have a jetpack jump and he hasn't jumped yet.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm going to do. I have not used any actions.
Yep.
Instead, what I'm going to do, he's going to focus.
You've just used your free dash from the start.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. He's going to focus, which is going to, because he's got sharpshooter 2, adds 1 dice from focus and 2 for sharpshooter 2.
But you did pay to make the dude jump, right? Or what did that? dude
This
jump?
guy just gets to jump from as a free action from his.
Oh, his
start of the
activation.
turn.
Okay, yep, my god. Yep, cool.
So it's 6 dice.
Okay.
Or, so he's 6 dice on his attack, but then I get to add, if I could borrow 1 more die. So I'm hitting you with 9 dice.
Okay.
And so
this is
all.
a ranged attack at Chopper.
Yeah. So this will be all of my moves, but I have a jump that as long as I am able to do 3 hits on you, I can push you,
Okay.
which should move you away. Oh, never mind. So this is my hope anyway.
So defense expertise is 2 blocks, so 4 block total.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Oh, and I remove a damage from his protection thing.
So I have.
Okay, so for block, I remove 4 normals.
Hold on.
Sorry.
So I get a
Yeah,
crit
convert
and a
those, yeah.
push from this.
Nice.
So what'll happen is you get rid of all of my normals.
Okay.
But I have 1 crit, so
Okay.
I'm doing 1 to
Yep.
you. That's crazy. But works out. I get a push
Okay.
from my expertise.
Shove, yes.
Yeah. Which is only right. I thought it was 2. Well, I think I might.
A
just
single
lose
shove
this.
is 1.
I
Yeah.
might just lose this turning point then. That's unfortunate. You had a really good defensive roll.
I don't think I can. Oh, maybe. I guess it's close.
Well, it's within 2, right? So I'm only shoving you 1 away.
Yeah. Oh, I still have it. I just don't know if I'm going to win this struggle. That's all.
Okay. So
And then damage-wise,
it's just 2 hits, so only
so
one
I take
hit.
1 damage. Yeah.
And then I use a force point to jump.
Cool.
And I. Oh, okay.
No, I'm just out. Yeah. So
Okay.
you take that. Yeah.
There we go. Then, all right, everything's great and it worked out. I would have liked my 9 dice attack to do more to this fucking
Hey,
droid.
it's Chopper, man.
I
Like,
guess.
Don't even act like
Yeah.
that's the weirdest thing that's happened today. Like Chopper skirting that damage is lore appropriate.
So okay, that is that. I now control 3, so that's gonna move
So
3.
no
It's gonna-
momentum, but you get. Nope, wrong way. 1, 2, 3, and then because it didn't cross the half, you.
No, other way.
Nope. Wait, no.
Just move mine.
I don't know what
There
I'm
you
doing.
go.
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
good. Fuck. Okay.
I think you might have gotten rid of one of your own. I don't.
I don't think so because I remember looking and seeing that it was a long
Okay.
way to go. I
Yeah.
think that's accurate.
All right.
Okay, that's what I mean because like you've been getting so much momentum that like because of the way that the slider has gone that like your track is so short. So
Sure.
like I've only wounded, I think I wounded one guy and then it because I didn't move it off the track, I got another one.
Cool.
So, anyway.
Yeah, that is me. Go for
So
it.
my activation is Sabine because she's last in the deck. She has this icon.
Yeah, so she gets to do a dash
Okay.
and whatever her start ability is too.
Oh, she actually has a really funny ability, which is she gets to detonate an objective and deal damage to everyone on it within 2.
Whoa.
It's not that bad. It's just deal a little bit of damage, but
Okay.
it's still pretty good. So I will make her dash. I'm just going to go forward towards the action. I mean, I guess I'll put her up there because then that looks cool. And then at the start of this unit's activation, choose another Rebel Alliance character. The chosen character can dash, and then if the chosen character is a Spectre, it can gain a hunker. That Rebel character may dash. Okay, I'll choose Zeb. And I'm going to just dash him down there. And then give him a hunker, which I don't think is probably going to matter, but maybe it will. Cool. So I have 1 force power left.
Hunker definitely sounds like Australian slang for some sort of like roadside snack. Like I'm
Yeah,
gonna stop
okay,
for a,
yeah.
I'm gonna stop for a hunker.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. Okay, so she can explode a point within 4. I think it's too far. It's way too far. So I would have to move her up. But then, I guess that paying for the ability doesn't count as an action, so I could still fight. After this unit makes a move action, it may use this ability. If a character in this unit is within 2 of another Mandalorian or a Spectre, makes a focus action. Okay, so I think what I'll do for Sabine's turn, could you pass the bendy man? Let's see, we'll do a reposition forward. And go there. She is within 2 of a Spectre. Yeah, another allied Spectre, so she gains or gets a focus action,
Cool.
which is...
I don't actually think there's one. It's just because you have to do it this turn. So.
Oh, no, trust me, in this game there should be a token for everything.
I mean, if you're about to make an attack, I don't know if we need to.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, fair enough.
You literally have to use it this attack.
That's true,
This
yeah.
turn. Like it's
That's
not something
true.
that sticks around.
So before I do the attack, I will pay my last force and get rid of that, and target an objective within 4.
Okay.
That is within 4. So,
You have a move that.
so yeah, I pay 1 force. 1 character in this unit can choose an objective within 4 and roll a 5 dice attack. Each enemy unit within, well, it's actually each unit, so it would also damage friendlies, but it's each unit within 2 of this objective suffers a damage for each expertise result in the roll. Then one character in this unit may jump, so she does get a jump afterwards. But
Okay.
so it's a 5 dice attack, and for each expertise it'll be a damage.
Is it a jump or is it getting a blown up?
That's 2 expertise. So I would say, let's see, where's the 2?
Look, you're flying in the air. How you got there doesn't matter.
But it's whoever's in range. Are they all? This is probably out. It's probably just.
It's just those two, yeah.
Okay, so they each take 2 damage. And then I get to.
Back away, funk. Right here.
Oh, there it is. Thank you. So Talzin takes 2 damage. The acolytes take 2 damage. And
Damn. All right. I will not. Now I know. I will not put a bunch of guys around a spot.
That's about the best you generally do. Like, you don't really rate to roll that many expertise.
That's true. I don't get to like defend it or anything.
Not unless you have something about taking damage from an ability, I think.
I do not.
I think it's just
Okay.
suffers damage, yeah. And then I'll shoot. How many HP has Mother Talzin got left?
7.
Okay, and the acolytes have.
2. Damn. I got gotcha'd.
I think it doesn't really. It's not going to make a huge difference. I'm not going to be able to flip the point. I mean, I guess I could jump her on, but no, I'm just going to keep it where it is. I'm just going to shoot the. I'm going to shoot that. No, I'm going to shoot Talzin.
Okay.
Okay. So Sabine makes a 6 dice.
So do I get a cover save because it's going through a?
Yeah,
thing?
absolutely, yeah.
Okay. So.
So it's 4. She's within range. She might actually not be within range. Oh, she is. Okay.
I need the amount of dice. I need 2 more.
defense?
She has 7
Holy
for
shit.
ranged.
That's
now 8.
amazing.
Yeah, she's got pretty good defense.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's go. Sabine's shooting. Oh, she gets an extra dice because she has the focus. So she's
Yep.
7 attack
There you go.
dice. Yeah.
I've definitely made the war game noise before. The
Okay, so that's 2 expertise, which for a ranged attack is an extra crit and an extra hit. So it is 1 crit and 4 normal hits.
So I have 5 normals.
Oh, dang. Okay, so
total now.
you would remove. So it's just 1 crit.
Okay.
So that is 2 damage.
Okay.
Yep. Damn, that's a lot of defense.
Mom.
I mean, it makes sense, especially from ranged.
Yeah.
Like, cool. So at the end of my turn, no wounded. I think
You got 3.
at best contesting that point, so it'd be 1, 2, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I control 4 right now. Yeah.
Yeah. So, boop, boop. And then no, it stayed on my side, so that doesn't change. All right.
Wait, if nothing flipped, why? I'm just wondering, maybe it should have been the other way. That's fine. Okay, my turn.
Yep.
All right. My hope is that this is the Shatterpoint card.
Oh, okay. Yep. Nice.
Okay. I choose to activate Gar.
Yep.
So
Here's the little. Here's the big.
yeah. So Gar gets to first off do a free dash from the whatever, the thingy, and then he can kind of do all sorts of things. I mean, right now he's in engagement, so I mean, I could punch Chopper as I'm coming along, but like, my goal here is to just win this. So I think what I will do. All right, so that's his free dash, and then a Mandalorian character also gets to do a free dash. So
Oh, we haven't taken a break either.
nope, we're running pretty behind. Quote unquote, I don't know. Like that. All right, and then he gets to do all kinds of things. So he's not really near any Mandos, unfortunately. But I think
Does Sabine count as a man? Probably.
I mean, I guess that's
Does it say friendly Mandalorian? Or
Yeah,
just
it
Mandalorian?
does. It just says under. Does it alloy? Allied.
there
That's
you
very
go.
funny. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend a force point, and we will jump
Okay.
here. And I think what I'll do is I'm just going to have him focus.
Okay.
Those were all free.
Yep.
And then focus shoot something.
Okay.
So I'm going to, I don't know.
So Hera and Kanan are out. It's Zeb, Sabine, Ezra, and Chopper.
I'll shoot Sabine. Why not?
Okay.
Okay, so in total it'll be 8 attack dice. So I'm going to need to borrow.
Oh, yep.
That's 6. One more. Great.
Sabine gets 4. I don't think you get. I think.
So I have sharpshooter, so ignores cover.
Oh, there you go. Easy.
Yeah.
I hate these bugs.
Don't hate the bugs.
Hate the game.
Oh, after this unit makes an action, it gains a hunker when it does that too. That's really funny.
Oh, cool.
So I get to shoot and hunker. It's all right actually. Depends how good my expertise is.
Boy, I hope I'm not pinned. Sabine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's enough.
So it's 3 blocks.
Okay, I have 4. Whew. Okay, so it's crit, push. So it's 3 blocks. You
3
said?
blocks, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna discard all my normals, and I'm gonna get 2 crits and a push.
Okay.
I'm probably actually not even.
Actually, you can push her along the cover, but
Yeah, I know. I actually think it's fine.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
leave it like that. So I will.
So how much damage, sorry?
It's just gonna be 2. It's gonna be 3 damage in total, and I get to jump if I want to. I can leave your friends behind. I think I will, although he's already done a jump, but I don't think that matters, right? But what I can
No,
do,
I think it's fine.
I think I can just do this,
Yeah.
And he'll
you're
still
still
be
within
able
range,
to
so
grab
you
that.
flip it, yeah.
So
So
that
you've
is what I
got
do.
1, 2, 3, 4,
5. Right?
5. Okay. So that should be enough.
I think I have enough, or is it?
Wrong one?
Wait, no, it's not. Do I need 6 in total to do this? I needed
1,
6.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you needed 6.
Oh, I miscalculated. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay.
I mean, it wouldn't probably change your play. The only difference would have been if you had wounded someone with the attack, but Chopper's still pretty full.
yeah, no, I don't think that's gonna
Yeah.
happen. That's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
That is all I'm doing.
I have to use Zeb because I forgot I had him in reserve the whole time, and
Yeah.
now he's back again.
I have no idea how this game takes anything less than like 3 hours.
Yeah, yeah. This to start. Yeah, once you
This-
get trucking, it's closer
Okay.
to 2.
Yeah.
Because we did a tournament day where we did 3 matches and it was 2 hours a match. Because the way it works is when it gets to the 2 hours, there's a mechanic where each activation adds a momentum. So it automatically is like Mario music speeding up and it
Sure.
like shortens the track. So all right, let's cook this. So Zeb is he can't really do his ability because it doesn't matter. He's just going to move and try and get into combat with Talzin, I think. And just get him deep in the paint. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to put him right there. And then fight Talzin with his second action. He does have a hunker. I don't remember where or why that came from, but let's just get rid of that.
Okay.
So he makes a attack in melee, 7 dice. Attack. I don't think he really has anything special. Just if I attack and survive, I can pay a force. Oh no, I don't. I don't have any force, so I can't do that.
Okay.
So it's just a 7 dice attack on Talzin in melee.
That's got to be a critical
Hi-ya!
or something.
That's a crit. That's a critical hit if ever I saw one.
Whee!
Yes, that's how it was.
This. All right. Well, fortunately, I did it in a way that.
It's easy to fix. Yeah.
And a
Is it?
meteor
Wait.
comes down.
Yeah, that should go between the top 2 layers. The top.
Oh, the top 2. That's
Yeah,
why.
there you go.
Yeah,
You got it.
Hell yeah, good job, me. Great.
Close enough.
Okay,
So
so
I've got 2 crits, 2 normals, and an expertise, which becomes
Where was this?
2 more normals.
I think was
So
this.
1.
Was this where was this one? Oh, I think it was like this. Maybe I don't.
sure.
I don't remember where this.
I think it was up to the from the middle. to
Oh,
the
right here.
front.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
I'm missing one of the blue die in that commotion.
Oh.
I don't know where it went, so I'm gonna go ahead
Yeah,
and do
just roll
this.
another one. Yeah.
Great.
Oh, that's probably it over there.
Okay. Well, it was this. Okay, then yes, let's just do that. So it was. They rolled the exact same thing anyway.
Easy.
Perfect.
Meant to be.
Mystic Defend. I have.
So you have 1 block and 1 expertise, so
3
3
normals.
blocks.
3
Okay.
normals.
So I lose 3 normals. That leaves me with 3 successes.
Okay.
For Zeb, that. She hasn't got any statuses currently?
No.
Any damage currently?
5. So she needs 5 to die.
Okay. Can't get there. But no, it doesn't really matter. So 1, 2. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. So I will do 1, 2, 3, 4 damage.
Okay.
She'll gain a pin status, and I will shove her backwards by 1.
Okay.
Cool. And yeah, I don't have any force to pay for his extra thing, so that is that. Now I don't remember if I'm supposed to shuffle now or at the
Yes.
next activation. It is
Yeah.
now? Okay. Because that is the end of my deck, so I have
There you
to
go.
shuffle
Yeah.
my cards back together for the next activation.
Okay.
So at the
control
end of that, I control
1.
1. That was not a great turn for me, so that way. Right, and then I gain
A momentum.
momentum because it didn't shift. But you should eat this.
Yeah, I mean, I could just pass, but I guess right. Okay, and this Mando. Okay, I had.
I think you do actually have to flip a card. Like I don't think.
Yeah.
You can
Oh,
just-
yeah, and I mean, I definitely.
effectively, yes.
I can throw some damage in and stuff too.
Yep.
So yeah,
You
it
got the
is
super commandos.
my super commandees. After this unit makes a move.
Pecan commandees.
Where is Gar Saxon from? I haven't encountered any of
Clone
these.
Wars. He's Clone Wars era leader of one of the Mandalorian factions.
Thank you.
Yeah, he works for Maul.
Thank you.
And is part of that whole dealio. I mean, he's technically he's on team like what are they called, the
Death Watch.
Death Watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it's a
the
faction
Death Watch one.
of Mandalorians that are like a little more evil than the Clan Creed.
They're on team like Bo-Katan was a member
Was,
of Death
yeah,
Watch
yeah.
at one point, but so they're part of the extremist faction.
The
It's
alliances
like,
are very wishy-washy.
we want Mandalore to go back to the warriors of all old kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
We want the old Republic Mandos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I'll do. I'm going to start off with using a force point to make them each get to do a free jump.
Yep.
Oh, this is... Wait, what is this? Oh, this was this.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
I was like, where did
Where
this
objective
objective come from? Okay.
So that's your point for it back there as well, I think. The red.
Yes. There.
Yep.
So jump. And... goes like...
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Jump. And then when an enemy character that is engaged with one or more characters in this unit moves, okay, that's that thing. When this unit makes a move action, you may...
I'm trying to
Right,
sneak
okay,
quiet
so I'm going
bites
to
in my
do
snack.
a move with just this. They're going to dash. So now they're both engaged here.
Yep.
I did a move action, now they get a focus. And then I attack.
Yep.
So...
I guess the focus would get used up on the first attack.
Yeah, probably. I would assume so.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to be 7 dice on this attack.
Melee or range?
Melee.
Melee on shock.
Yeah, they're both going to be each meleeing.
Okie dokie. What are these?
They're using their flamethrowers. What can this droid do against such reckless hate?
2 block for me.
We got a hit, a crit, and 3 expertise. 3 expertise is going to turn into crit push. Wow.
Okay.
That's what I say when I'm constipated.
Crit push. So yeah, it'll
2
be
removed. 2
so
normals?
one normal gets removed and 3 crits go through.
Okay. So
And I
4 total.
push. But
So damage first.
yeah, so damage first. So we'll do. I think I'll just go down the line in
Running
the
out
middle
of damage
line.
tokens, which is very funny.
Yeah. So if it's 3 damage, it's gonna be 4 damage in total, and you're strained. A strain is
Now,
a
because he has protection, I remove one of those
so
damages.
3. Yeah. So 3 damage, and he's strained.
Okay, which is annoying because I'm just going to do that so we can do this. Cool. And strain, that's one of the ones he actually can suffer from.
And I'm just gonna push him against the thing. I don't want to actually move him, really. So all right, and then the other one will do the same thing.
Yep. But you don't have the focus.
Don't
on
have the
this one.
focus on this one.
Just 2 blocks this time.
Well, this one is also a little bit worse. 2, so it's just going to be a single one, which is going to do damage, so only 1 damage.
Okay, so 1 additional goes to 5.
Okay, that is those guys, and then we go to the end, and I'm controlling 5, so I will win this struggle.
Boom, yeah.
Yay!
Mommy,
Now
mommy wins.
It's supposed to be a BO3.
Yeah, that's the first one.
No way.
I mean, it's going to probably go quicker.
I don't.
but
All of our
see
units
how.
are alive
Yeah,
and stuff
and then
like
like
that.
they're gonna respond. So
It's 7:30.
yeah.
I legit thought I missed the first game because like I was heads down building and
No.
like I thought maybe I missed the transition.
No,
but
we've been going like okay, but we've been stopping to chat and also learning as we go.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. I mean, it's up to you.
No, I'm fine to call it here. Like I
Cool.
think we demonstrated like what is
What-
more of a full
yeah.
scale version of Shatterpoint is,
Which
I'm
I think
happy
is
with.
actually, now that I've like had a look at it. So my biggest issue when we were, well, I got a couple issues with this game, but my biggest issue that I was afraid of was being overwhelmed by the amount of, because every character has their own thing, right?
Yeah.
It's the main reason why, as much as I enjoyed War Machine, it was just too much.
Oh, man,
at the
was
start.
it
It's
ever.
way too much. Every
Yeah.
character is a character
Yep.
and stuff like that, which for I think
has-
people immersed in it is great,
it's
right?
great. A lot of passives and things to worry about. Yeah.
I need more there. Besides the fact that I just like big guys, a big part of the reason why I play big guy teams is because it's less war scrolls
Less
and,
mental
and
load,
data
yeah.
slates to memorize and interactions and
Yeah.
shit, right?
Yeah,
for sure.
But this felt actually not nearly as bad as I thought it was.
It's one of
gonna
those things where you sit down and you go, everyone has their own ability card, their own combat card. You've got the things you're pulling, the mission card. There's a lot to digest initially, but once you actually get into each person's thing, there's not like your guys will do a move, they'll do an attack, they might have an ability, they might have a reaction. That's probably pretty much it, and then you just keep doing that. And so it does kind of start to get quicker and quicker, and as you become familiar with like, okay, these guys have things when people are wounded, but other than that, Kanan has something when he gets shot. But like, there's not that many things to keep track of.
Yeah. Pros for this game. So like, here was I think when we last time played, I was pretty medium on this game as a whole. With this and playing more of a game, I think obviously we haven't gotten to play yet a full game.
Yeah.
So con, way too long.
Yeah.
This is probably more. There's more pieces, more assembly, more bits, and this is like we're having board game night. And I mean, even if I was playing Kill Team night, I would probably only play one game of Kill Team.
yeah.
It definitely suffered that I wasn't as practiced coming into it because
Sure,
but
but-
no, but for sure because like I remember back to when I was learning, having someone there who can answer those questions quickly and not have to go and look it up.
That's always
like
tough.
30 seconds to a minute each time, right?
Yeah,
and
I mean, Kill Team was kind of the same way.
because even when I played my learner games, I think 3 hours was a pretty good get through the whole thing. And once you get practice at it, 2 to 2.5 hours for a full best of 3 of the struggles is totally doable. I think it's just a case of we were very much learning and it was a stop and look things up and more of a leisurely experience. But we did capture what should be the full scale of.
Yeah, and
around.
like so with that, it's like my only 2 gripes that I have with this. I am definitely more I understand now the momentum system more. I was very down on the momentum system.
Right, because I remember you saying like it didn't see much point of fighting. It was just objectives.
No, opposite.
Oh,
opposite.
okay.
It doesn't, and I still do sort of feel that way. This game doesn't reward objective play as much as I would like it to. This game wants you to fight. And let your momentum cubes kind of
I think
come.
yeah, conceptually,
especially since it's sticky objectives.
yes, I think what ends up generally happening is the fight becomes crowd around the point, shoving people off, pushing people on, and that little like gamesmanship of like moving those chess pieces back and forth.
Yeah, and like, so I've changed my mind. I think the momentum system is really interesting. It's just if you come into this with like a kill team mentality, you're gonna have a rough time.
Yeah, it is a very different game.
Yeah, like sticky objectives, that's just sort of the way it is. It definitely promotes more fighting. My only besides the amount of stuff, my actual only big gripe I think I have with this might actually, which shocked me, be the combat system. I think that the tree with like the thing is really cool and unique, and I think it's something very different.
Yeah.
It's just way too. I shouldn't have to go. And 7 and 4. Okay, so it's like 4 hits and like
Yeah, it's kind of interesting the way it came down because I think the core of where the strategy lies in it is applying the statuses, and then when you already have those statuses, applying the same one gives you an extra damage. So it's a way of like preloading statuses for certain characters that you know, oh, I need to put a strain on this because my guy will have the ability to strain, but that turns into more damage.
Yeah.
And so there are different support characters that'll preload debuffs so that when you get into combat, it's more about the mini game of making sure you're having those statuses to get you that extra damage. So, but I agree, it's a lot of symbols that are very similar, and it's a lot of things to keep track of.
there's so many bits to this game.
It's and when each one is like, wait, what's that? And we both have to stop. And so I think it's that thing of like having someone who is very experienced at it to guide you through those will really speed things up. But until then, it is a bit of a slog.
It is, but the biggest point in their favor, and honestly, a massive like, hey, are you looking to get into mini games? This could be a really good one. Is movement? There was no. I don't think at all today we had any. Can I shoot this?
Yeah.
Can I move here?
No.
Can I do
100%.
this way? It was 100% just like.
Yep.
Everything's
like
done.
that.
The
And-
way the tool moves, where you just put it and you bend it and go, I guess I'm going there. Like there's no really room for error on that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's literally and with jumping, you were like, jumping is they literally are just like does not matter the verticality. It's all and so it really lets you play with that and stuff. So
the one thing we didn't get to, which is just a time thing, is the other thing that I think is interesting is when this resets and goes to the next struggle, when the points flip over and they go from what was an active point that you were fighting over to now might just be pointless, and now it's shifted over here. And then with this mission, it was going to like start randomizing. So one turn, this point might be worth double points, but then that's my go. And then when Ben's guys goes, he rolls, and now over here is worth double points. And that dynamic of like, because the what happened, I think, in this first struggle was the battlefield was kind of set. We knew the objectives, we knew where things were, and it developed. But once you get into those things where it's randomized, you start having to like move unexpectedly and cover different things, and the comebacks when like someone just randomly rolls a backline objective as the main, you know, like different things like that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
there's a lot to this game, but it's also a lot initially when you're getting into it. Even two people who've played a hell of a lot of tabletop miniatures games, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like I like that it feels like it's in its own space, and I mean, much like the Marvel Crisis Protocol, which is the same company.
Yep.
I mean, the Marvel Crisis Protocol really leaned in more on like the terrain, like I'm throwing and like
Yeah.
that kind of a thing. It gets a little more granular in there.
Changing the battlefield is cool in that.
It's very cool, yeah. But this definitely feels like more of a this is skirmish style gameplay, but with the time commitment of like a 40K game, which is funny because sometimes those are like the quickest games ever.
Yeah, it
because
can
you
be
sometimes
over
just
after the
lose in
first
turn
turn.
1 with a deep strike or some shit, right?
Yeah, I think where I would come at it was I think Marvel Crisis Protocol is easy for beginners to get into. Like straight away, you kind of get what you're doing quicker.
Yeah.
But I think this, not to say there's not as much of a skill ceiling Marvel Crisis Protocol, because I don't want the MCP fans coming for me. I'm sure there is a very high skill ceiling. It feels like this game has a greater gap between like the beginners and the experts. Like I'm sure once you know this game and these characters and what different characters are going to pull out of nowhere for shoves and jumps and stuff.
Yeah.
I think this game would get very, very intense, which is a cool thing.
Yeah. Well, You know.
We'll see.
Did you two finish your game?
We did.
Nice. Yeah, we were literally going to come out and do it, but we finished. So this is a BO3 in terms of like turning pointy style in this game.
Yeah.
We just finished one.
Yeah.
And we're like
with no break.
with no break.
Oh wow.
And we're like, all right.
It was slow going,
yeah.
but
Yeah, Erica and I mean, get close to Jacob, I guess. Mike, how did your guys' game go?
I lost.
It was very close though.
Yeah,
This
I think
was,
13 to 12.
Yeah.
Blades of Cain versus
Legionnaires.
Legionnaires.
Slaneshi Legionnaires. So
Yes.
kind of a grudge match. I went mono striking scorpions.
Yeah, and I was mono Emperor's Children. So
Nice.
they were all Slanesh.
Did you guys use like the cards or anything on this one?
No, not this time.
No? Cool.
No.
Nice. Well, GG's.
Yeah, yeah,
And
felt
you
good.
see, yeah, we were just commenting on this game. It's I think it's good. I like it. I don't know, unless it's just like we really grind it. If this is a
I think
streamable
what I
tabletop
want to do
game.
is I want to learn the rules better so I can run the game a bit better. And two, I want to play with Ben off camera where we just play the game one afternoon to completion and just see if there's any meat here that he can attach to.
All right.
I'm pretty in on this game, but I'm still yet to convince him.
I still need the full convincing, but I love Star Wars, and sometimes the franchise IP is enough to make you slog through bullshit rules.
Well, I mentioned this before.
I say that
stream,
as somebody who won.
but I haven't said this on stream. I'm also going to gift Ben the Dathomir squad as a birthday present because he's having his birthday after I leave town, and I got them in store credit, so they didn't cost me anything. So I'm going to try and get him. I'm just going to give him the first hit, and then see if we can get him all
Just
the way.
really infect me in that way.
Yeah.
Well, all right. That's it for June Mini Night. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning on in. Reminder that this and everything we do is the reason is Patreon. God, I'm tired, man. Patreon. Wouldn't it be really awkward if I was doing 3 streams back to back tomorrow?
Yeah. Oh no, buddy.
And already did that on Monday this week. Patreon.com/LoadingReadyRun. You're the reason that we get to do this. So thank you so much. Really appreciate it. You can also check out our store when it comes back. God.
Yeah.
And YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, please consider following, subscribing, doing all that kind of jazz. We love you very much. Thank you so much for tuning on into June Mini Night. And thank you, friends, for coming on in and, being nerds.
Yeah.
I made little.
Yeah. And we will catch you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.